And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Hello, happy Thursday, happy show 107. Can you believe it? We are officially in our third year of live streaming. Literally haven't missed a week in 3 years. Absolutely insane. So anyway, how are we doing? Back to our regular scheduled Thursday afternoons, talking Legends, and we have some Legends to talk about. As always, the Hasbro team know to give us those little nuggets that we like to go and investigate and do a bigger, deeper dive on. So that's exactly what we're doing today. And I said on Instagram, today's stream is sponsored by Fire. Not only because the HasLab is Ghost Rider themed and that's coming up, and then this month's 20th of the month reveal was Ghost Rider with the retro card. So does that mean more retro cards? In today's stream, we're going to revisit that old Ghost Riders Toy Biz line from 95 to 96. There was 2 series. We're going to look back at the figures that were put on the card back then and see if we'd like the update that we get these days. So we're going to look at that. And of course, as I said, it's a show sponsored by Fire. That's because a legend just arrived today talking about retro cards. We've got the brand new Fire Lord literally arrived at my door today. We are in the year of Galactus. We need all his heralds in plastic, and we have another one in figure form. He even has his little gladiator baton as well. Joust. Is that a joust? I assume it is. But yeah, so today's stream is sponsored by Fire. And Amanda waited just for me to go live until she started drying her hair with the hairdryer. Thanks, Amanda! So if you hear that, that's Amanda drying her hair. But anyway, let me take a sip of this drink. Brandon is going to be here, but Brandon starts the show now at about 10 past 8, I think, or quarter past. He'll be here soon anyway. Until then, you've got me, so we can do the housekeeping. I can say hello. But yeah, today's stream, we're talking Ghost Rider, we'll talk some new toys, and then we'll talk to you guys, as always, all right? It's a nice casual Thursday afternoon. I've got my Koppelberg. I've got a fresh crate of Koppelberg as well, so I'm very happy. Let me take a sip. Beautiful. And also, by the way, before I start, happy 1 year anniversary to Captain Britain. So just before I went live, Phil Jones shared on his story, his time sort of loop thing, that it was officially 1 year ago today that I revealed Captain Britain exclusively on my channel. At the time, we didn't know Captain Britain was part of the Excalibur set. We didn't know how he was going to be released. We did guess an Excalibur set, but we all wanted a 5-pack. It wasn't a 5-pack, it was a 3-pack, but still, obviously, a little bit biased, but I was happy with it. Now, obviously, at the time, I was a little bit excited, but even I will admit that Captain Britain could do with an update, okay? It's a nice figure, but Captain Britain deserves better now, all right? Times have changed. We can get a better version. So let's do that. Anyway, happy 1 year anniversary to Captain Britain reveal. Yeah, the Bum Pirates are right. Thank you very much, Rich. So Rich isn't here this week, but Rich will be back in next week, and me and Rich are going to do a Ghost Rider themed stream where we're going to literally do a wish list of figures on a Ghost Rider card. Today we are literally revisiting what they did actually do back in the mid-90s on the Toy Biz card, but next week or maybe the week after, me and Rich and maybe a couple of guests, maybe, we shall see. If you're a Ghost Rider fan, let me know. But we are going to do a Ghost Rider sort of retro wave wish list. But Rich will be back next week. Brandon will be here at some point. I'll just keep looking at the Zoom call. Oh, there you go. Speak of the devil. There he is. Let me get him in here. Okay, here we go. Oh, there he is. Look how he's happy to be here, though. That's a good sign. All right. As long as he doesn't yawn, we're good. Right. Okay, you're muted.
Wait. Where's Rich?
Rich isn't here this week.
Oh, I thought I just saw him say he was going to be here. Okay, never mind.
Rich, if you're
Thursday.
By the way, Rich, if you're out there,
I've been in the waiting room for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Rich, if you do want to jump on today, send me the link. Just let me know and I'll send you the link. But otherwise, we'll do a stream Ghost Rider theme next week. Brandon, you're away for the next 2 weeks, right? Brandon, give people a little update.
No. Wait. So I'm cameoing next week.
Okay.
I'm here the following week. And then I'm cameoing the 2 weeks after that. So there's 5 Thursdays in September, and I'm here for 2 of them.
Okay. You're just globetrotting, right? You're on holiday, it's your birthday month, and you're off and away.
Yes, basically.
Yeah, fair play. Enjoy. You're young. You're young.
Yes.
Go and travel the world, my friend. Go and see some
Something
sights.
like that.
So have some fun. As I said, Amanda's off to Hawaii, and I'm stuck.
I can't believe that. I
Yeah.
can't believe she's going. You're not going with her.
Well, I've got to buy a car. It's either I can't go.
yeah,
I can't
true.
go Hawaii. That'd be very
Yeah, true.
irresponsible. Sorry, I already buy too many toys as it is. I can't buy a car, go Hawaii. I just can't do it. So
Yeah,
I
very true.
sacrifice. I sacrifice those type of things for the little things in life. But anyway,
Literally,
Brandon,
the
anyway,
6-inch things in life.
well, she's never complained about it, so I'm not mad about it either. So she's happy with 6 inches. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, Brandon, I said today's stream is sponsored by Fire for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we've got the Ghost Rider to talk about later. We're going to talk about a Ghost Rider line that basically came out before you were born, so I doubt you'll have much insight, but we can still look at it all the same. And also talk some new toys. But before we do any of that, I just want to do the housekeeping, and then I want to ask you a little bit of small talk, Brandon, that's sort of on topic. Sort of, all right, but let me do the housekeeping first.
Yeah.
Don't be worried. It's nothing. It's just something stupid.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
I don't think you do. Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay. All right. Anyway, housekeeping, real quick, people. All right. You know the score. It's the Dan Who Network. It's official. It's an actual thing. We should be doing a Turtles and Tea on Tuesday. There's a Legends and Liquor this Sunday. All right. So if you want to be on Legends and Liquor this week, then straight after today's stream is when I start compiling my list. Okay. So if you want to be on Sunday's Legends and Liquor, which is Sunday the 28th, it will be the last one in August. All right, you've got to let me know straight after today's stream. If I can find my intros, I'll give it a quick play for you. There you go. All right, so if you want to be on Legends and Liquor this Sunday, the 28th of August, then please start hitting me up with those fresh DMs after the show. Not while I'm streaming, obviously I won't see it. After the show, I start compiling my list. Lots of toy news to talk about, including this Ghost Rider goodness. So, yeah, always fun to catch up on people and see what they've been buying, etc., etc. Anyway, back to my images. Right, Turtles and Tea this Thursday, and then me, Tom, and Mark at some point in the future, one day, I promise, we will do another Joe's and Juice. It's just adults trying to combine lives is very difficult, but it will happen, I promise. Until then, you can support today's stream by Super Chat. Of course, Friday will read that out, but there is a link in the description, in the corner of every single live stream for 107 episodes now. You can use the Streamlabs link. It is exactly the same as Super Chat. Friday will still read it out. The only difference is YouTube are not greedy and take all the money. So if you want to donate to the channel, then Streamlabs is the best way to do that. But anyway, is always appreciated. Of course it is. Thank you so much for your continued support. And you can hit that join button as well. Become a channel member. That is your way into Legends and Liquor. If you go, do you know what, Dan? I want to join the community and be a face on camera and want to get talking toys, then honestly, the easiest way to do that is hit the join button at the Members Club tier and go and come on a live stream. Literally, come and introduce yourself to everybody that watches Legend and Liquor. Literally, Legend and Liquor has just as many people watching as this main show. Okay, so people are watching it. So if you want to get yourself out there, that's the best way to do it, I think, and it's always appreciated for the support all the same. So Brandon, as I said, my small talk I wanted to get into was just
I had two more theories since you first mentioned
okay,
it. So go on.
Go on. What are your theories? You won't get it.
No. You go for
It's super
okay.
random. It's super
No.
random.
Because two of the things I shouldn't say on live unless you say it on live.
Okay,
so
okay,
you go
yeah.
first.
There are secrets, but we won't reveal them yet. No, today it's genuinely just small talk, right? It's Ghost Rider related theme, right? So I just wanted to have a little conversation about something that genuinely intrigues me. Is like paranormal and ghosts. Okay, so I just wanted to know if you've had any ghost-like or paranormal experiences. Like, do you believe in ghosts? Do you reckon you've ever had some sort of strange experience with ghosts? I'm curious. This type of stuff intrigues me.
Good question. Touch wood. Never first-hand experienced anything ghost, ghouly, or creepy like. No, never anything like that. Sometimes I would say the only thing along those lines that I wonder about is like, how do I put this in a way that makes sense? So for example, like when you dream something and you don't know if that actually happened or not, but then it's like deja vu in a way. But you dream something and it felt so real that it could have been real, but it wasn't actually real. And then something happens like 3 weeks later and that is actually real. and you're like, wait, deja vu.
yeah.
But I thought I dreamt that. But it's, do you know what I mean?
Like you've already lived
Like,
this moment type thing.
yeah, which I suppose I could have just saved myself a minute and a half and said deja vu. But but I would say it's that, yeah. But I've never had anything creepy.
So you've never seen an apparition or something weird
No.
or a ghost or anything like that?
No,
Yeah,
touch
okay.
wood. Touch
Yeah.
wood.
Yeah, finding wood quick as the lights go down. Like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
as I said,
But
I'm fascinated by it, but I'm curious.
I doubt he's watching it at this point. But my personal trainer,
He's in there. He's in the chat.
is he really?
And personal training is in the chat. He says, "How are we, lads? We're doing good. We're talking
No
ghosts."
way! I didn't even plan that. Usually he tunes in at the start or at the end. That's so funny. Shout out to Neil. But this is a great topic that you bring up, because Neil, he the gym that he trains at, that he trains at, is an old hotel,
Ooh, I like
right?
that. Okay.
And we were training a few weeks ago, and somehow we got onto the topic of ghosts and ghouls and creepy, bumpy things in the night. And he told me 2 or 3 stories about this place, and I was wetting myself. I'm pretty sure I dropped the weight out of fear, and it hit my big toe. Just some of these stories he was telling me was just that was like his first-hand experience.
Okay.
Was creepy. Like, for example, where the gym is, there's only one staircase coming up over the gym on a balcony to go into the main part of the hotel. One way in, one way out, no other door.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he was coming across the balcony, and he looked down into the gym, and he could see someone training in the gym. So he thought, oh, okay, I'll wait, 5 or 10 minutes, let them finish.
Your boy's got toys has jumped in with a super chat.
YA Boys Got Toys donated $5. No Rich M today. I mean, I guess I'll hang out.
Look, Rich has got a fan base. There's no denying it. Rich is beloved amongst the community. Your boy's got toys. Thank you very much for the super chat donation there. He says, no Rich M today. I mean, I guess I'll hang out. Look, Rich will be back. But Rich is welcome. But he's a busy man. He works very hard. He works late. And the last thing he wants to do is probably jump on here and talk toys with me and Brandon. All right. So let the man rest. But he'll be back. He'll be back for sure. I think next week he's back. So we're good. But Brandon, continue your story. So he's seen someone in the gym.
So he's seen someone in the gym. So he walks down the staircase and thinks, okay, I'll give it 5 or 10 minutes, let the guy finish, and then I'll go in on my own. So 5 or 10 minutes goes by, 15 minutes goes by. Neil puts his phone in his pocket, opens the door. Then there's no one in the gym.
Okay.
But there was no other way that someone could have left that gym apart from the door that Neil was sat outside.
It's when I think ghost, right?
Yeah.
I think like, do you know, like old ladies in big white nightgowns and stuff like that. I don't imagine like a guy flexing in the gym, like ghost.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No. And then he was training someone in the gym, in that same gym, and the lady was like on the rower, I think it was, and he was like coaching on the rower, and I think he said it was like a light behind her. Like you could see this light, like kind of like Tinkerbell, I suppose, like flying around the lady. And he didn't say anything. And then she said something that she could see it. And he was like, oh, crap. I could see that too. But I mean, he tells us the stories much scarier than I tell them. I was trying not to pay attention for fear of wetting myself while in the middle of a session. But
so you believe in it, though? You believe in it. So you've not experienced it, but you believe in it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It fascinates me, right? Like, I'm not really a religious guy as such, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something in the air, whether it's energies or whatever. There's so much we don't understand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and that's exactly where I arrive at. Is that there is so much that we don't understand that it would not surprise me if that was something.
Yeah. The thing is, I want to have an experience where I see a ghost, so I can be like, I experienced it. But at the same time, I don't, because like you said, I'd shit myself. I'd be like, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't stay and have a chat with it. It depends what it looks like.
Yeah,
but
I couldn't do it.
I will be asking this question on Legends and Liquor, by the way, just because it's a topic I don't get to discuss much. But I listen to like podcasts. I listen to this podcast called, I think it's Jim. I don't know if it's Jim Henson. I could be making that up, but it's someone's campfire stories.
Scooby Doo.
No. It's someone's campfire stories. I'll have to find it. And basically, people phone in. And no offense to my American friends, but there are some crazy Americans out there that phone up and tell him their sort of experiences, and it's really intriguing to sort of listen to what people think they've experienced. And some of them are like so far fetched, but they genuinely believe they've experienced it. I reckon some people are dialing it up for the story element, but I don't know. There's some weird things in the world. But I was just, again, Ghost Rider, Ghosts. My new show, Paranormal and Pizza, is another spin-off coming at some point in the future, I'm sure. But the Rich fan club is in the chat for sure. So let's just take a moment to say hello to the chat as well. Let me just scroll up real quick and just say thank you very much to Mike Hex renewing that channel membership at the members club tier. He should probably be joining us Sunday now, if that seems to be the case. Mike Hex is definitely building me like a pile of loot at his house. He's been picking up like some random Pokemon bits for me, some Jurassic Park bits and stuff.
What Pokemon bits did he get for you?
He's got me the Mewtwo 2-packs of the Mew and Mewtwo in the 2-pack. He got me the 3-pack that was on Amazon. One sec, we got a super chat by the Ultimate Carnage. Thank you very much.
Ultimate Carnage donated £8.99. Sup Dan and Brandon. If we are talking about ghosts today, I have a few stories to talk about, but they're too long to write as a super chat. Tears of joy, and they happened at my work.
Okay, so Ultimate Carnage, right? If you send me a mini story on Instagram, I will read it out and give your story on Legends and Liquor. Or you're welcome to come on Legends and Liquor and tell it yourself. But please do send me. But he says, sup Dan and Brandon, if we're talking ghosts today, I have a few stories to talk about, but they're too long to write as a super chat, and they happen to me at my work. So let me know. Send me an Instagram message and I'll read some out on Legends and Liquor. Same to everybody. If anyone has some really intriguing stories, I'll read a couple out on Legends and Liquor, because I like this theme, and maybe we'll revisit it around October, as we are heading in that sort of direction as well, so it should be fun. Rectangular says, crazy Americans? That cannot be possible. There's crazy people everywhere, even crazy British people, believe, probably more so. Crazy. But anyway, what was the Pokemon I got? What's the water Pokemon with the long neck and the shell on his back, and Ash can ride it? Lapras? Lapras, yeah, I think it's that one. That was an Amazon exclusive in a box set. Came with Wartortle and someone else. So yeah, just random, just Gen 1 Pokemon basically. I'm like just picking them up as they come. They're very inexpensive. It's just a nice little collection I've got going. But anyway, shout out to Mike. Shout out to Rush as well. He says listen to work. So let's jump to the chat, Brandon. There's some people in the chat.
Yeah,
do you mind giving them a hello?
Absolutely.
Over 100 people in here. The lights are flashing.
Your boys got toys. Prime did the first. Omar V, Batforce Grumps, CJ, Arvin, Big Will, D Blake. Makes, Caleb, Ed Who Collects, Anonymous Dude, I'm Manuel, Kurt K, Jay's Toy Collection UK.
Wow.
Jamie is here. It's your birthday next Thursday, isn't it, Hero Collections? Mine's the Friday. JBR says, when's your birthday, Brandon? September is my birthday month too. September is an S tier month, brother.
He's
says,
obviously going to agree with that.
Striding, California Red Devil. Mike Hex, Eric, Alfred Abel, Literally Action Figs. Let's see. Ultimate Carnage, Jason Lopez, Cheeky Monkey Kiara, Neil Personal Training, Ultimate Carnage, Justin Collects, Mint on Card. Can't believe this rich erasure. We need rich representation. I
told you, the rich fan club is in the chat right now, and we need to start making people aware when Rich can't make it. We might lose our viewership if we announce in advance that Rich ain't going to be on.
That's true. Yeah, we should start promising he'll appear halfway through, and then he just
just to keep people waiting.
Yeah. Brings Toys to Work says, I have one of the most bizarre experiences with the supernatural that I must talk about on stream at one point.
Oh, please do.
Also, go and check out Bring Toys to Works, She-Hulk, and Lord of the Rings posts this week.
Of course.
It's a very green month. Rush McGowan says, afternoon, gents. Stridon says, Brandon should have 6-inch Ghostbusters with him in the gym.
I was saying that. My Ghostbusters actually fell off the shelf. Like, I'm not even joking. This happened yesterday. But to be fair, it ain't anything it's basically just Legends knocking them over. I think this guy is the culprit because this guy was on the floor with them, and I was like, okay, watcher, I'm watching you now. I'm watching you. Yes, I seen what you were doing. Yeah. So yeah, the watcher sort of took out my Ghostbusters, but these figures, these Plasma Series figures, right? If you're a Ghostbuster fan.
Yeah.
You slept on them, right? Because I don't know why people were negative. As a nice Ghostbuster representation that go in scale with many other lines, they're really, really good. And the likenesses are great. Don't sleep on them because they're going to get... If Hasbro have lost the Ghostbusters license, everyone's assuming that the HasLab Proton Pack is the last thing they do for a while, then don't sleep on them, all right? They're great. There you go.
Yeah, I have those over there next to my AOA figures. Justin Collect says that Mewtwo and Mewtwo pack is really cool. And Dan, I definitely have some creepy stories. Cleator is here. Tac Tac Toys with film. Arvin says September is his birthday month too. Craig Smith, King Black Bolt.
King Black Bolt.
And the Figure Collector 2022.
Pow, beautiful. Thank you.
That's everybody. And I'm Manuel 96. Can't remember if I said that one or not.
Thank you, everyone that is here watching this evening. Much appreciated. We will get into some toy talk now, of course. So let's start off with that, with some new toys. So, Brandon, just before you went live, I also said today's stream is sponsored by Fire because Fire Lord arrived for me. In the year of Galactus, we are building out our heralds. Now, you have brought a Galactus, right? We know that. You're in a Galactus.
I have done, yeah.
So are you getting all the heralds? Like, you must be, right? Are you getting Fire Lord?
I mean...
I feel like you have to,
Brandon.
Brandon.
I mean... You know what? I'll wait for it to be in the Geeky Nerd Toys 5th sale of the year. 5th sale of the season.
You don't
come
know
Christmas time.
Don't know if it will make it.
I mean... It's tough. So much stuff is coming all at once. Like, at the moment... I can't even show you the rest of this room. I have like, shipping boxes piled almost as tall as me right now. Like, this room is just to the brim.
We'll continue to live in a golden age. Let's not complain about it. All right, we've got plenty of time.
No complaints. Just it's like It's like I'm trying to swim and I'm doggy paddling to the surface right now.
Do you have some new toys to talk about? Because
I do, actually.
All right, what do you think about it? One sec. Let me just say that there is a poll up in the chat right now. Of course, we're going to talk about Ghost Rider. Of course we are. But there is a poll already up in the chat right now that already has 90 votes. It says, did you pre-order the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider? Please go and click either hell yes or no thank you, all right? And we'll come back to that poll later on in the stream when we talk about Ghost Rider. So did you pre-order the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider? How yes. Did you see what I did there? Hal, the pun, because it's very fiery. And no thank you, okay?
Oh,
so
gosh.
go and click that. And yeah, we'll get to the Ghost Rider talk very shortly. Until then, so that's the first thing I'm showing off today. I ain't got many things, but Firelord arrived today. Hopefully I'll do a review tomorrow. But yeah, it's Firelord. He's on the Sunfire body. Some fire body, get it? Never mind. It's a true story though. Anyway, review tomorrow. Brandon, talk some toys. What have you got?
So Morph came.
Yes.
When did Morph arrive?
Oh yeah, you're a funny guy. So Morph was meant to arrive Saturday for us in the UK, but for some reason my yodel guy was too busy yodeling at the top of hills or something and didn't arrive until Monday. So you got yours Saturday, I got mine Monday.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
And he's good. He's really good. I mean, this is the best, I would say, of the VHS line so far. He's got butterflies under the jacket.
There you go.
And with a great range of movement. Very decent, very good arms here in terms of it's just over 90 degrees. And then these legs have got to go to Cyclops at some point. Yeah, look, those VHSs look phenomenal.
They do look really good. Like, we knew that as we started to get a couple how the gimmick was going, but they're bigger than you in person, so like they do take up a bit of real estate though, to be fair.
The other thing I was going to say is, you know what's funny? You know how each year we get our summer program, and this year's program was the
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man stuff. I actually personally feel like this has been the special program this year. The reason being is that the special program always has like just not over the top, but like next level packaging. Mm-hmm. You know, whereas when you compare the Spider-Man stuff to the mainline stuff, the new mainline stuff, it's all the same packaging.
Yeah,
which is a bit
as I said,
underwhelming.
it's definitely grew on me. I'm just looking at Dan Yoon's post on Instagram because he also confirmed that Mystique, obviously another X-Men
Instagram
figure.
or Twitter?
Twitter, sorry. He did say earlier in the week that Mystique would go up for pre-order at some point in September. I'm just scrolling through now. Yeah.
Oh, didn't he say something else this week? Didn't he say something else this week about something's coming next week?
Yeah, I'll get that up as well while we're on his Instagram. Shout out Dan Yoon as always, giving us those nuggets. We appreciate him. But here on his Twitter, honestly, if you're not following Dan Yoon on Twitter, you should be if you're a Legends fan, all right? He's always dropping those nuggets. So he says the Marvel Legends VHS Mystique, which is going to be the 7th figure, and it's also a character to sort of fill out the villain ranks, because so far we've only really got Mr. Sinister. I guess you could have Evil Morph as well if you wanted to. But Mystique will be available on Hasbro Pulse and Disney Shop Disney in mid-September. Thank you for your patience. We're not done with the X-Men VHS line. So, of course, we know they're not done. They've still got quite a few A-list characters to get to. But I think he means specifically this year. We're not done with VHS X-Men this year. I do think we're going to get another one before the year is out. Like, just think, we got 5 in the first half of 2022. We've already got Morph now. So surely it's a matter of time before we get the next reveal. We need a Gambit. We need a Rogue. Professor X, don't know how they do it. Maybe in an actual VHS player box, I don't know, but Magneto's got to happen as well. He's such a main player in that show. Jim Lee Wolverine, etc. So, and not Wolverine, Jim Lee Sabretooth in his animated form, I think would be appreciated as well. But anyway, that's this conversation for another day. But my point is, Mystique isn't up for pre-order yet. She will be soon, and expect more VHS reveals, maybe some at Hasbro PulseCon, as we are approaching the month of Hasbro PulseCon. So lots of stuff to talk about, I'm sure. But as Brandon was alluding to, Dan Yoon did also scroll. If I scroll up, okay, he says got something next week, and then on to September. Okay, so something's going to be teased or revealed, or some little nugget is going to happen this coming week. All right, and then into September, obviously it's a different ball game. Lots of stuff will be happening. So still some Marvel Legends nuggets to come out before the end of the month, and the end of the month is literally a matter of days away. All right, at this point, less than a week away. So. Some more Legend news before the year is out, month is out. That is for sure. What else, toy-wise, you got? And thank you very much to the infamous 216. He's just become a channel member, showing some love. Thank you very much, the infamous. That is much appreciated. I see you, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, my friend. What else you got, Brandon? What else you got?
Other than that, it was this bad boy.
Oh, Goku with black hair.
Oh, God. Let's not even go there.
I don't know who it is. I can't help you. Tell people who it is. There's people that care.
It's Goku's best friend for life.
Goku 2?
Yeah.
What's his name? Pickles?
He's no Hickle Pickles. No, it's speaking of Hickle Pickles though. I'll revisit Hickle Pickles, but it's Vegeta. He was a bad guy turned good guy, and is now like
just like
co-hero
Morph.
of the show.
Was a good guy, now he's a bad guy, and then he went to a good guy again. See, we went back around to Legends. By the way, that is the head to display him on. You
think?
Yeah, I think so. It's just more toyetic, I guess. But it is the type of character where you do want to display both versions. So I am tempted to get another, but at that price point, it's hurting. Like, so I can't right now.
Yeah.
So I can't now.
Amen.
But it is the type of character.
I'm hoping Lizard will ship tomorrow for this weekend.
That's true. He is meant to arrive on Pulse. Yeah, he is meant to arrive on Pulse. You are correct, on the 25th, which was today. So probably shipping tomorrow. But we'll check Pulse before the end of the stream, as we always do.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully he'll ship tomorrow.
So any more?
But other than that, I'm trying to think. A couple of bits have arrived for next week. But I don't know what they are till I open them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know what they are until I open them.
It's a present from past Brandon to future present day Brandon. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Brandon. You're welcome, Brandon. I should start doing that on myself as well. Maybe I'll get some stuff.
It's the best thing ever. Especially when friends and family don't really get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They don't really know what to get. I mean,
I just tell my friends and family at Christmas and birthdays, look, just get me some socks or some deodorant or some stuff.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But I don't. people send me pictures. Like sometimes family members will send me pictures while they're in a shop because they've just seen like a Marvel Legends toy, Marvel toy, but it'll be like a Marvel like 6-inch Titan thing, like,
or 12-inch, the big ones.
I'm not interested in at all. Like, and again, but people are trying. They're trying to pretend to show an interest at least, so I appreciate that. But it's like I don't really trust anyone else to buy me toys. That unless you're in this chat and in this stream right now, I wouldn't really trust anyone out of this stream to buy me toys. So quick plug from me. There you go. There are all the new videos on the channel this week. All right. So last week we showed off Sentry. I already did a review for that on the channel right now. Go and check that out. I've ended up putting the old head on the old body, the new head. Sorry, the void head on the old body, and they're both already on the display. I think they're over here somewhere. Can you see them? Oh, there you go. So there's the void. And there is Sentry. They're already on the display. That is how they're being displayed for the time being, all right? So go and check that review out. Of course, we have the Ghost Rider news, which you're going to get into shortly. We also have the review for the Iron Man Retro War Machine. Now, of course, we're not just going to get War Machine on this retro card. We have to get more. And this figure, I wasn't going to open it. I literally put a poll up on my Instagram. And people just thought I was just clickbaity, like, oh, should I open it? Of course you're buying two. Honestly, at that moment in time when I made that post, I wasn't buying two because I was thinking, I've got a War Machine Deluxe. This one could just be on card. But the more I had it in hand and looking at it, the more I liked it. And then I thought to myself, I could display Rhodey's head and also a War Machine. And then I ended up opening it and really liking it. So go and check out my review for this. And I am going to display mine with the Rhodey head on there. So Rhodey's head will be on display on this body, and then the other one will stay as War Machine. And that is how a collector with a problem validates multiple purchases of the same character. So if you also have a problem, that is a way you can solve it. By actually displaying one with a Rhodey head and just keeping the other as War Machine on a shelf. So there you go. So I opened it. I really liked it. Go and check out my War Machine Retro review. And then, of course, there's a review for Morph as well. So there you go. Lots of new toys, lots of Marvel Legends. That's sort of what I'm focusing on right now. Of course, well, what I'm always focusing on, but with my new car situation, I'm literally going Legends only for the time being, unless I've already paid for pre-orders like NECA stuff. But all is well, all is good. So
I think I'm definitely going to pick up one of those Rhodeys for the retro card for sure.
We've got to get an Iron Man. There's no way we get the Iron Man Retro card without an Iron Man. So even if people just get Iron Man and War Machine and keep them on card for a display, as I said, they look beautiful. And I know there's people in the chat, rectangular, that do not care about retro cards, all right? But for me, that's part of the fun. The retro card is part of the purchase. It's more than just the plastic that surrounds the action figure. It's a display piece. That's how I'm buying it. I'm buying it as a display piece. People put pictures up on their wall. Do you know what I mean? People actually display pictures. I'm displaying action figures in their packaging, all right? To me, that's art. That's my form of art. And art is diverses, or whatever the word is, where every person has their own perception of...
Art is subjective?
Subjective is probably what I want, yeah. Where everyone has their own sort of view on what they consider art is, all right? So, for me, it's retro action figures, all right? I can't be mad about it. Modern action figures recreated, inspired by retro action figures, I guess would be a more accurate statement. But anyway, I'm an idiot. The trash around my toys. There you go. I told you he was watching. Yeah, and again, he's not the only one. Many people think the same. But for me, it gives me that nostalgia rush. It's part of the fun, as I said. Look at that wall. Look at that wall. It's glorious. By the way, Webman, you're out of here. Lizard's on his way. All right, okay. Anyway, let's talk some actual Marvel Legend news, unless you've got anything else to drop on us, Brandon.
No, not that I can think of.
Well, perfect then, because that sort of subject about retro cards leads us perfectly into Hasbro's reveal this week, which was the Ghost Rider retro card. So, of course, on the 20th of every month in the year of 2022, we are celebrating 20 years of Marvel Legends with a little nugget, a little bit of news, a reveal, whatever it is. This week, it was an actual reveal of Ghost Rider on his retro card. Now, this is, of course, the Ghost Rider that we have already had twice. We've got one in the Rhino Builder figure wave, and we've got one in the Riders wave as well. Both slightly deco different. One's a bit more blue. One of them's got more of a translucent skull, etc., etc. But this one is basically a reissue, okay? But let's be honest, the body's not terrible, okay? The body's not terrible. I know people will say you can do better. Of course they can do better. But as a base body, it's not terrible. Of course they can do better, though. I'm not saying they can't, but I'm just saying it's not like the worst we've seen, okay? And there's some nice new pieces in there as well. So we get the new Johnny Blaze head, which is the human head that slowly transforms. And we're getting the bone hands as well, which we've never seen before. Everything else we've got before. We've got the whip and the fire on the riders in the rider. And then we've got the accessories a million times before. Even the chain that goes around him is a separate plastic piece that's just sort of loose on him. It's not a real chain, but it's still a nice little accessory. So there you go. There he is. He looks great. I think he looks great. And what makes it better for me, which I've just told you about, is, of course, the retro card. For me, it turns it into more of an action figure. Now it's a piece of art. It's a display piece. It's nostalgic. It's all the stuff I love about why I collect in the first place, okay? 90s was my bread and butter. This is the type of stuff that I would see on shelves at Toys R Us and Woolworths and all the places that I used to shop as a kid. So I remember the Marvel Toy Biz days fondly, and if I can get all the different pieces to represent that, I'm very happy. So I was happy to see more retro cards, and I really like the Johnny Blaze head and the skeleton hands. Now, that may not be enough for some people to make this purchase, but I'm a sucker for this type of stuff, all right? So obviously, I'm a bit biased, and now I'm in. But Brandon, as I said, Ghost Rider, not your biggest fandom, but you still like the character. But what do you think of this reveal, both for yourself, but then also just as for the Legends line in its entirety?
You know, I don't think I've actually pre-ordered this yet.
Okay.
Just out of forgetfulness, I suppose. I think that the retro card again is really nice. I know that we're going to plasticless packaging, but I think if retro and the VHS box style packaging can stay alive in some way, then I think would be, really so much better
safe
for
with
it.
these. We're safe with these. We've already got the plastic-free sticker there, so we're safe with these.
Yeah, between VHS and the retro, I think it's I think the packaging is just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. As for the figure itself, yeah, I mean a couple of times now that we've had it reused. I mean, what more could we have done with this? I suppose other than the pinless legs, the pinless arms. I think for me, generally, I can give a pass on pinned action figures if the pins are the same color as the rest of the figure, because that's the only thing when it can stand out and be a bit annoying.
So right, Smart Tac is jumping in to say, Dan, I think he's taking the mick out of me, to be fair. He says, Dan, where do you get your figures so early? Well, when you're a Hasbro shill like me, they send you all the toys free. They send you absolutely everything free. So all my figures come directly via Ryan Ting. And shout out Ryan Ting. He was a guest on the Infinity Equation podcast last Thursday, which, as I tell you, a million times. Shout out Dante, Disavowed. I think Skinny Figs is now joining it as well. So they're sort of re-evolving. Action Figure Skinny. They're re-evolving. They're sort of 2.0 of the Infinity Equation podcast, if you will. And Ryan Ting was literally a guest for the whole show last week, over 2 hours. So if you're interested in that, go and check out the Infinity Equation. But yes, when you're a Hasbro shill and you have a positive outlook on life, they send you stuff free, because that's how the world works, everybody. Okay, carry on, Brandon.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So unless when the like this, for example, when the pins are the same color as the rest of the body, then I don't think it's so bad. I mean, and as you say, ideally it would be all pinless, all singing, all dancing, everything. But I think this is great. I think it does the job. I think the Rhino Build-A-Figure Wave one is so far out of reach for so many people. I think the Rider one, unless you were collecting at the time, again, hard to get on the aftermarket. So I think this is great. It brings it to you on a retro card to mark the anniversary, as it should do. I think it's 6 accessories that he comes with. So, I'd take it. I would definitely pick one up, I think, for the shelf, simply because I think I had the Rhino Wave one, and then when it skyrocketed, I sold it. And then I had the Riders one, and then when that skyrocketed, I sold it. Simply because, like you say, Ghost Rider is not my most favorite character in the whole wide world. simply because I don't know a hell of a lot about Ghost Rider. See what I did there?
The hell,
But,
I like it. I appreciate those type of things. Who is
yeah,
your Ghost
following
Rider,
your
by the way?
lead.
Who is your go-to Ghost Rider out of the Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch? Because I would assume Danny Ketch would be yours because he was a sort of mid-range, but maybe Robbie Reyes as well.
Yeah, I mean, which one was Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage was Johnny Blaze. He's like the first
That's
sort of
what I
main
thought.
one in the
Yeah.
comics, and then it went to in the 90s. It was Danny Ketch. That's why a lot of people like Danny Ketch. His bike was like a little bit stylized as well. And then in the 2000s, it was Robbie Reyes with the Howl Charger.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I would probably say Johnny Blaze simply because he's probably the most classic.
Yeah, he is.
He's probably most classic, most well known.
In Marvel lore, there were Ghost Riders before Johnny Blaze, but when Marvel picked up the story and introduced Ghost Rider, it was Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. And with Robbie Reyes and Danny Ketch, I simply just don't know anything about them. I don't remember at least seeing any content with them in it. Like when I think back to the animated shows, whether it's X-Men, Spider-Man, or Avengers, Spider-Man, maybe I might have seen.
Okay,
something,
well, I actually
really
know the
remember
answer to these questions, right? Because I've got some resources for us to actually talk about this, right? So,
let's go.
Question for the chat as well, all right? This genuine question, because I know the answer. I've got like footage and stuff to show, right? So out of the Toy Biz days in the 90s, as I said, Marvel would have animated shows, and then Toy Biz would make accompanying shows. Okay, so X-Men got an animated show. They got a toy line, okay, on the orange card, glorious. They got many little spin-offs as well, of course. Iron Man had an animated show. He got nice purple carded figures, great as well. Fantastic Four got an animated show. They got some nice action figures to go along with it. Now, Ghost Rider, did he have a show, Brandon?
I don't think so.
Following the Toy Biz pattern, you would assume he would. But you're right. He didn't.
Yeah.
You're right. He didn't. I think someone at Toy Biz just really liked Ghost Rider. I thought he was very toyetic. And as I said, they gave it a go. But this line ended a lot quicker than those other lines because it didn't have an accompanying cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? The other lines went for at least 3 or 4 waves. This line went for about 2 waves. And again, I've got those details up. But in regards to the cartoon shows, question, all right? Did Ghost Rider appear in the X-Men animated show?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Let me think about it for a minute.
No, don't Google it. Just genuine thoughts. Genuine thoughts. In your memory, do you think he did or didn't? What's your initial thoughts? Did Ghost Rider appear in the X-Men animated show?
Well, I'm gonna say. I mean, I didn't get to finish googling my question, but I will say yes because it makes sense that in that era there was a lot of animated crossover.
Okay.
And I feel like they couldn't have justified a line with him not at least appearing once.
Okay. All right. I'm going. Let's have a look.
Because otherwise, how would kids have known him?
Okay, so I've got a clip here.
Apart from, I suppose,
I've got a clip here. So this clip is on YouTube again. Cinema Debate, I think it is your YouTube channel. So they've basically compiled an evolution video of Ghost Rider. So I've literally got all the clips of Ghost Rider from what animated shows he was in. Okay, so like you said, you'd think, oh, maybe he turned up in Spider-Man. Did he appear in X-Men? I don't know. Well, look at this clip, all right? So there's no sound on this clip, but this is a genuine clip from the X-Men animated show. Okay, so look at the TV screen. There's Bishop. There's Rogue. Ghost Rider. He actually officially appeared in the X-Men animated show as a non-speaking part just on a TV screen. Okay? So
that was it.
That was it. Just on a little second. For a second, Ghost Rider was on the animated X-Men show. Okay? So a little bit of trivia for everybody. You can go and look that up for yourself. Not a non-speaking part, but Ghost Rider's image was on the X-Men animated show. He was on a TV screen. Okay? So, Spider-Man, do you reckon he was in the show or not? Spider-Man. So we've just seen he had a non-speaking part in X-Men. Was he in Spider-Man animated show?
Yes.
Okay. He wasn't.
Because I remember... He wasn't.
He wasn't.
No.
Yeah. No clip for that. He just straight up, he wasn't. He was in the X-Men animated show as a non-speaking part, just a brief little clip. And then he wasn't in the Spider-Man animated show either. But you would assume he was, just like I did. But... I did some Googling, and he wasn't. He wasn't. But he was in others, okay? So, Fantastic Four. Was he in the Fantastic Four?
I'm going to say yes.
Well, he was. There you go. So he literally comes and takes on Galactus, and I think this is Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider as well, because it was on the 90s, obviously. 90s Ghost Rider's Danny Ketch. His bike, as I said, it's got that little bit more stylized front, and there you go. He literally blasts Galactus in the face. So yes.
Oh, which also makes sense why you go for Ghost Rider this year. Ghost Rider versus Galactus.
There you go. So like. Literally, he is in the Fantastic Four animated show, and that's the same Fantastic Four animated show that had an accompanying toy line from Toy Biz. So maybe the reason that they made these little cameos in the show was because toys were coming. We don't know. Again, just speculation.
One thing I just realized as well is the animated Fantastic Four show is the same as the retro Fantastic Four colors. No, is it?
Yeah, the animated Fantastic Four cartoon is based. The retro cards is based off the cartoon. We did a whole stream on it. It's our most successful live stream we ever did.
Is it really?
Our most viewed live stream on a Thursday was our Fantastic Four retro card sort of look back.
Oh, I remember that, but I forgot that they were based on the... I remember the Fantastic Four retro stream,
okay, so the other cartoon he was in, someone already mentioned it in the chat, I think it was Rich, and yes, that is Ketch's bike, as I said, it's 90s, he appeared in the 90s, that was the Ghost Rider of the 90s, Danny Ketch, so yes, quick cameo. So, he also appeared in The Incredible Hulk from 1996. Yeah. And again, I think
1996,
and that is Danny Ketch again as well, because again in the 90s in the comics, Ghost Rider was Danny Ketch. So, and he's a little bit more stylized, so I think he's a bit more visually appealing. I don't know, maybe it's just the style of the 90s. But then after that, obviously his next Ghost Rider, the next thing was 2007's Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, and obviously he got 2 movies.
This is one I remember.
Yeah. So I hadn't seen these when they came out. I just never watched them when they came out. I watched these way after the fact. But for me, Nicolas Cage is like The Rock and Two-Face and stuff like that. So, but I never seen him as Ghost Rider until way past these. There you go. So in regards to cartoons, he does appear in some more modern cartoons as well. If you start skipping through here, he's in.
What are these?
He's in the Hulk and the Agents of
Smash.
Yeah, so he's in that a little bit, and that's the Johnny Blaze version, and then obviously it moves on to literally Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in 2016. So there you go. That's Robbie Reyes as for the first time in live action in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I don't think there's, unless there's.
Is that the guy from Terminator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And to be fair, that was probably the best of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, considering it was like a TV show, it was pretty good. It wasn't like sloppily done. I thought they did a great job of bringing Ghost Rider to life on the screen. So there you go. So there's your little Ghost Rider history in regards to the cartoons. Because like you, I would have assumed he was in Spider-Man. That little X-Men thing is a little trick question, because technically he wasn't in it. He didn't have a role or have a speaking part. But his image, the Ghost Rider image, was in the X-Men animated show.
Yeah,
for sure. So anyway, let's go back to that Ghost Rider line that we're talking about. So there was no accompanying cartoon, but there was definitely a Ghost Rider toy line. Okay. So here it is, the Ghost Rider toy line.
Wow.
So this is from a blog from 2013. So shout out the Toy Box. I don't know who you are, but this is his blog from 2013. He says Ghost Rider has gone through several character transitions since his first appearance in Marvel Spotlight number 5, where he was portrayed by a Western gunslinger, who is at the end of the first Ghost Rider movie. You see Ghost Rider. He flames on, and even the horse turns into a skeleton horse right at the end of the Ghost Rider movie.
Really?
Yeah. I think the clips on this video. That bit there. I don't know if it's really dark, but look, see it. Clater Slade, really cool. Slater, Carter Slade, and then he chases him. They race, look, a horse on fire with Ghost Rider.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was like, as I said, that was the prelude to Ghost Rider, etc. But anyway. So later changed his name to the Phantom Rider, and the most familiar iteration of the character is the stunt driver named Johnny Blaze. I think that's a lot of people's obvious go-to for Ghost Rider is Johnny Blaze. Maybe not your favourite, but it's definitely probably the most well-known. Thanks to his part portrayal of the character by Nicolas Cage in 2007 Marvel film. However, with that said, the most common physical rendition of the character in comic books is based on that of the Danny Ketch persona. Okay, so that's why a lot of people love Danny Ketch, because they're reading the comics. They're actively reading the comics, and Danny Ketch had a big role in the comics, especially during the 90s. So in Toy Biz, 1995 to 1996, these lines were released. There was 2 lines with a couple of like sort of side lines, and it had both Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch represented in this particular toy line. So it definitely has a unique vibe with this packaging. So you can't really call this retro packaging, because at the time, this was what was on the pegs. This was out there with the purple, with the flame, with the big skull in the corner. So the characters in this wave, just by looking at that image, Brandon, can you name or can you think of any of the characters there? It is a bit blurry.
I was gonna say I really don't recognize. Look at close. I'm sorry, I don't recognize any of them.
So I just want to see if the chat recognize any of these characters before I reveal them. But you may have, some of those people in the chat may have had some of these figures from the 90s. I can't remember ever opening a Ghost Rider card. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't really have memories of me opening a Spider-Man card, and I had all of those, or most of them.
Yeah.
But I definitely had a Ghost Rider. So at some point in my childhood, I had a Ghost Rider. Now, I genuinely couldn't tell you which one it is, because some of them are so similar, but I think it was a black one, not a blue one. But I definitely had
in the top right.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it was the Wave 2 one, because the Wave 2 one's got a couple of things, and I'll show you them in a minute. Okay, so Mike Keck said he had Blackout, Blaze, Vengeance, Ketch, and the bike. And there are obviously a couple of bikes, which I'll get into in a second. So yeah, this is a very easy collection to get, by the way. There's only 8 figures in the 2 waves. So if you're into like backtracking and getting some of these, Ghost Rider's a nice niche one to get. But again, it's pretty hard to get, especially still on card. So in this wave, you have Blackout. So from top left across and then down, we have Blackout, Blaze, Ghost Rider 2 in the blue down there, and then Skinner, and then Vengeance. Okay, so again, very niche Ghost Rider themed villains that we haven't even had in Legends form. I don't think we've had Blackout, or don't think we have. Blackout, Skinner, and Vengeance, I don't think we had. If I'm wrong, someone in the chat will definitely correct me. Moving on to Wave 2. Wave 2 had these 5 figures. It is Blaze, but this time with armor on. Then you've got Ghost Rider, but he's exploding. He's got like an exploding head sort of action. Ghost Rider Original. I think that's the one I had. The one on the far right there with the black. Yeah. And then underneath that, you've got Outcast and Zarathos or something like that. I can't even pronounce it properly. Zarathos. Zarathos? I can't
say Zarathos.
Yeah, here's the villain at the bottom with Outcast. So again, niche Ghost Rider. So between those 2 lines, that is all your mint on card single packed figures. They did have a little sideline of bikes, but they're smaller obviously, and the characters were like sort of stuck on the bikes for the main part. But the ones that actually had a figure with the bike were these 3 here, which were Blaze's Dark Cycle Ghost Rider, Vengeance Steel Skeleton Cycle, and then a Ghost Fire Cycle as well. So I definitely didn't have any of these, but I'm assuming people in the chat may have as well. So that was a figure and a bike, and the ones on card were literally just a figure stuck on a bike, and they were smaller scaled, obviously. But yeah, amongst all these pictures, this is your 1995 to 1996 figures. So this is what that Ghost Rider Marvel Legends that we're talking about is based off. It's based off these. So, of course, me and Rich will do some magic, and we'll pick a few of these characters to sort of see if we want them redone in Legends form. But there's not many unique characters there to be done. Do you know what I mean? I reckon Legends can hit a 6-figure wave on this retro card and literally hit all the characters that were revealed on that retro card. Because a lot of them were Ghost Rider. And this is the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. So give us a Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, and then you can give us a couple of the villains, and they can make that happen. For sure.
The question for you then, now that this has been revealed, what does that indicate to you with the HasLab?
So I think the HasLab, as we all assume, is the How Charger because we've already had a bike in the Riders Wave. So surely they're not just going to give us a bike with lights and a gimmick. Like that's not what we want. We want to consistently expand our universe on the shelf. So we already have a representation of Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze on his bike. So give us something we haven't got yet, something that's worthy of that higher price point that may struggle at retail. It's got to be the How Charger. It has to be.
Yeah.
So whether they give us a Johnny Blaze or some people are saying it could be the How Charger and a bike. I don't know if that will be the case. Like maybe the fourth tier could be the unlock for the bike for Donny K. I don't know. I don't know. We shall find out very soon. I assure you. But I don't know. What about you? What do you think it is?
Well, I mean, you'll know better than I do, but I think what you're saying definitely makes sense. Considering we've already had the bike, considering Danny Ketch is the one with the Hell Charger, and this is Johnny Blaze.
No, so Robbie Reyes had the Hell Charger. So
Robbie Reyes has the Hell Charger. Yeah. So who's this one?
This is Johnny Blaze.
And this is Johnny Blaze.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is Johnny Blaze, and because Robbie Reyes is the one with the Hell Charger, and because we've already had the bike, and I think, like you're saying, I think the Hell Charger justifies that HasLab funding, the need for some, for that dream items that we're trying to bring you, kind of thing. So that makes a lot of sense to me. That it would be that.
I'm laughing in the chat because Rich says Dan will soon have two turtle vans, two turtle vans, a Hell Charger, but he'll still be getting the bus to work. Look, I'm working from home at the minute, so I don't have to go anywhere. All right, I roll out of bed and walk into this room, and I'm officially at work. But that's not going to last forever. I need a car, and I may be driving this Hell Charger to work eventually. We shall see. But yeah, people really want Danny Ketch. As I said, he was the main Ghost Rider of the 90s, and again, people my age, definitely the sort of age of the people in the chat, I would assume a lot of people are big fans of Donny Ketch. So I assume people want his bike, which is the more stylized one that has the sort of skull-esque sort of cover on the front of the bike. Again, it's a stylized bike, definitely different to like the sort of normal Harley type vibe you'd see Ghost Rider on, which we already have on display. And talking about Legends, right? I always think it's a great conversation to remind people that Legends is a line that, as a company, Hasbro and the marketing team have always got to try and appeal to new collectors. It's not like they just want to grab a load of collectors from 20 years ago and then only make them happy. The way a line survives and the way that collectors like us can continue getting the things we like is by keeping the line successful, and that means you've got to grab the attention of new audiences and new people. So I think Ghost Rider's a good shout because if you are a new collector in the last couple of years, in the last 5 years, say, you didn't get the Ghost Rider when it came out. That Ghost Rider goes for a pretty penny on eBay. Like, let's jump to eBay real quick. Okay, so
I think yeah. I mean, mine sold for a lot.
Yeah, these are a few examples, right? So this Ghost Rider was originally less than £50, less than £50. This was before the couple of Hasbro price hikes we've had. It was around £45, I would say. So Ghost Rider on his bike in the original wave of Marvel Legends Riders, I believe it was him and Black Widow were the first two.
Yes,
I believe
that's correct.
So you can see here, Ghost Rider's going for £290, which is over $300. Over $300.
And that's pre-owned.
Yeah, and that's like with 6% off, with free posted. Very generous from this guy. And if we keep scrolling here, even the Marvel Legend. Now again, this is the high end of eBay, but still, there's not many on the low end. Even the Ghost Rider from that Rhino Build-A-Figure wave still goes for crazy money. It's probably still on eBay because no one's buying it at that price. But my point is, it's there. Here's another Marvel Legends Ghost Rider on his bike. And shout out Justin, who's just subscribed as well. I can see you, Justin. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. There's another Ghost Rider on his bike, £250. So again, you're looking at about $270, $280. There's another one for £250 or best offer. So like, we're talking HasLab prices, right? Let's be real. These are HasLab prices.
Just
for the deluxe Riders Wave Legend from a couple of years ago, okay? So there is clearly, and the fact that there's not many up for sale means that people want to keep the one they've got in their collection. Do you know what I mean? Like, there isn't many for sale.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a demand for Ghost Rider. So I do think this Ghost Rider is going to be pretty popular, no matter who it is, honestly. Because I think Ghost Rider's got enough love for people to get on board. And he's toyetic. You cannot deny this guy is toyetic. Again, by the way, I have scaled from the highest price just to be dramatic. But like even on best offer or best price, if you go through some of these, the Toy Biz ones are relatively cheap. And even... But this one's bidding. It's still got a day or so left. It's on £64. But there isn't many on here. This one's £125. No bids on it. And again, the rest are just toy bids. The rest are very like
I'm
toy
going to
bids.
see if I can find how much I sold mine for.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, and I know the Mezco one's coming out, and the Mezco one's going for a pretty penny.
I think mine was 110, something silly.
So if you wanted to buy the retro card, like literally the original figures from the 90s here, here's one on eBay. This is the Flame Glow version, and this is going for like £46, but you can make an offer if you wanted to. So again, and that's like the only, as I'm scrolling Ghost Rider on this thing, that's the only one I've seen on the retro card. So they're hard to find. The Epic Hero ones, they're the ones I remember. But yeah, my point is, Ghost Rider is quite popular, and he's not easy to come by. Like the better versions of Ghost Rider. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're just happy with any version of Ghost Rider, go and get a random Toy Biz one. Go and get the Epic Heroes ones. Even AliExpress have some knockoff ones. All right, if you're that desperate for a Ghost Rider. But if you want the best version, and I would assume that collectors have that mindset where if you're going to have one representation of that particular character on a shelf, you want to seek out the best current available version of that character to have on your shelf. My point is, it's not easy to get at the price you're probably willing to pay. So I'm just saying, as an investor, look, this HasLabs have been pretty lively. Like even the Hiss tank is on eBay right now for hundreds of dollars more than its original price. So I'm just saying, don't sleep if you're on the fence about Ghost Rider. Like there's always going to be a market for him. There's always going to be people that want to take it off your hands, and people clearly are willing to pay the price. I'm going to have a quick look on eBay at like best price sold now listings type thing, see if I can do that. I should be able to filter it by sold listings, right? I can do that. Did you find out how much yours sold for?
No, I searched Ghost Rider in my email. Oh, actually, hold on. It did just show up.
So here's a couple of examples I've just found on eBay.
Oh no.
So
yeah,
best offer accepted. Go on.
Yeah, so mine was open, had been open. So this was the 22nd of May 2020. And it was I didn't sell it for 110. I sold it for 85.
Wow, you could have doubled your money by holding on to it. You do have itchy fingers though when you want to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, I do. I really do. Look, that's so sad.
But yeah, you could do again. And again, people like, I know Legends are made by Hasbro, and Hasbro mainly make action figures for the younger generation. But I do think when it comes to Legends and Classified and Black Series, like this is very much a collector-focused sort of toy line. And I do think Legends is very collectible. Like, of course it is. You don't have a toy line that's 20 years old if it hasn't got appeal on many different things. Do you know what I mean? And Legends is collectible. And this is just one example. Not many Ghost Riders have been released in the recent years, and the ones that have go for crazy money on the aftermarket. So Hasbro have to keep giving people an opportunity to get one if they missed out. And that's why, bringing it back around to this retro release, I don't mind the redo. Like, don't get me wrong, Hasbro are more than capable of doing a brand new Ghost Rider with pinless arms, better articulation and all of that. I get it. But if they are going to re-release the figure, at least make it a little bit different. And that's what the retro card is perfect for. Perfect for re-releases, I think. Yeah. So,
and this doesn't have the blue highlights either, like the other
exactly, and that's the better version, I think. And also this one I reckon is an amalgamation of the two previous versions. Shout out my Tac, he says should not be AliExpress for Ghost Rider, Dan. Hey, I forgot my drum kit, but I appreciate the pun, Mark. I appreciate the pun.
The AliExpress.
But like you were saying, Brandon, so the Ghost Rider on the Rider's Wave had the blue tint. where this one doesn't. But the Ghost Rider and the Rider's Wave actually had the bone paint job on the skull, which I think looks better than the translucent plastic. So I actually think that this version of Ghost Rider right now is an amalgamation of the both recent ones we've got, but like it took the best elements of those two, put it on this figure, and then gave you better accessories.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I would agree. I would agree. And then on top of all of that, they put it on a nice retro card.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So this is why I don't mind. Like, I know people, I always try and find the positive in a situation anyway, right? That's just who I am, rather than just straight away moaning and find the negative, especially when it comes to toys, for God's sake. And don't get me wrong, people's criticisms are fair, absolutely fair. Of course, Marvel Legends are capable of doing better right now. But when you consider the bigger picture in regards to who the character is, how accessible is he currently in the market, what do you currently have available in your Marvel Legends library that you can get a figure out there, and then still give it enough difference to please even the collectors that already have it. Like, this is what the Retro Lines is there for. And I get it. I feel like I get it. So I'm right there with you. I think this is a good release. And if you're missing out, if you're missing Ghost Rider on your display, here you go. Lay up. Honestly. And for me, I'm happy to get it on card, but then I also want that Johnny Blaze head. So I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for this type of stuff. So whenever this gets released, we shall see. But the story that this brings us onto, and again, me and Rich will discuss it on another live stream. Last year, Galactus was the HasLab. To accompany HasLab, we got a whole wave of Fantastic Four retro figures. Of course, we had Doom on the card the year prior to sort of tease us, but as Galactus came out, a whole wave of figures on that retro Fantastic Four card were released to accompany the HasLab reveal. Do we reckon we could get the same? Do you reckon it's likely, Brandon? Do you reckon we're going to see more Ghost Rider figures on this card, or is this genuinely a one and done to go along with the HasLab and to celebrate 50 years of Ghost Rider?
I think we could get. Well, I mean, I don't know the character and his supporting cast well enough to know what else we could get. It would be cool to see. Say it is the Hell Charger. It would be cool to see Robbie Reyes on this card, packed within the HasLab as a tier.
There you go. But then
that would be
frustrating for people who wanted to display him with the bike, because they're gonna have to rip open the retro card.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And there's no precedent for it that with Galactus and with Sentinel, the figures are all loose. They're not on card like you would get with, say, Vintage Collection with Star Wars.
Vintage Collection, we're going to do it. Black Series, we're going to do it. And the Hiss Tank have just done it with the retro carded Cobra Commander. So there's no reason Legends can't do that for the future, for the next one.
Yeah. It's just that I agree with what you're saying. In a way, it would be a waste of the retro card because you're just going to rip it open anyway because that's the only time you're getting that figure.
If the HasLab is the Hell Charger and Robbie Reyes is in a retro card, there's no way I'm just displaying the car. I need Robbie Reyes behind the wheel of that car.
Do you think it's likely we'll get a tier add-on bike with a potential Hell Charger to go with this?
This is what people are saying. If the HasLab ends up being like £300, we're hoping it's a little bit cheaper this year, but if it is about £300, if all in all you get a bike and a car and a couple of figures to accompany that, I reckon people are going to be happy. Because I know people really want Danny Ketch. So if you can get,
I just wonder how they're going to keep the price point down.
This is what I'm saying. I personally don't think you're going to get a bike and a car. I personally don't think that. I think it's going to be the car, Robbie Reyes. Robbie Reyes will be like either he has to be included. He can't be an unlock. Has to be Robbie Reyes and the Cow Charger straight away. Or that has to be it. Don't do a cheap move where you like the actual character to go with the car is an unlock. Don't do that. That's just sleazy. Those two have to be the main thing. And then after that, give us characters that you can't really do in the main line. The same way that like we get figures that you wouldn't really... Do you know, like, I know this is a stupid example, but Emma Frost, she was wearing the corset in the Hellfire Club set.
Yeah.
Obviously something that they can't do at retail, but they managed to find a way to do it. So characters that are a little bit darker, that are a little bit maybe associated with demons or the devil, that you can't do at retail, put in this collector focus line. Because it's easy for Hasbro to argue that fact in meetings, I assume, when they're like, look, kids ain't buying this £350 HasLab. Do you know, like, this is for the adult market. So I reckon give us characters that we're less likely to get anywhere else, like the Mephistos of the world.
I hope they don't do Mephisto.
Because you want it.
Yeah.
Again,
And I'm really
HasLab,
I'm really trying to be good this year and say, yeah, but Ghost Rider is not, my guy, so
investors piece. This time next year, you can keep the part you want and sell the parts you don't want. Do you know what I mean? It's a win-win. Honestly, I know it's don't hate on these ideas, people. By the way, this is all part of the collector market. We don't know. It's not, like we don't know the stock market, but we can talk toys. Do you know what I mean? This is a safe place. We can talk toys, and you're not like you're ever forcing people to overpay. But sometimes people miss out for their own fault. Maybe they skipped it, but then are willing to pay a little bit extra after the fact to get the thing they know they missed out on. Do you know what I mean? No, it's not like anyone ever forces anyone to overpay for toys. That's someone's personal choice to overpay. I've overpaid for things for stuff I already want, and that was my choice. So, like, obviously, people who buy everything up to then sell at a higher point, they're knobheads. But I mean, like, the aftermarket's not.
And as well, the other thing with HasLab is that if you're collecting right now, you have more than enough of a chance to get it if you really wanted it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough this year for sure because everything's so expensive.
That works perfectly with Shavan's comment in the chat. He said the toy collecting game is getting hard with toys and life balance in general. As a guy who was driving, I took my car to the garage for a little checkup, thinking I just needed some oils and my tyres pumping up, for them to tell me you need a new car. Trust me, I know how you feel, all right?
Did something happen to your car?
Yeah, I know. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned it.
Where's the little violin gif? Someone play it for me.
I'll find it. There's got to be a violin emoji, right? Got to be a violin emoji.
Yeah.
Genuinely, to be completely honest, again, we're all friends here. I've booked next week off work, and next week's mission is to get a car. So I've got the week off. It's very hard to look for a new car while I'm working because I can't just go and view a car whenever I want willy-nilly. So I've booked the week off work to sort out. So hopefully this time next week I can come back and go, hey, I've got a car. So yeah, there you go. There is a violin emoji. I knew there was. Thank you very much. Of course, it was Rich with the first violins out. Rich has been playing his violins ever since he heard about the car. He's been laughing at me. There you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate the violin emojis. It means a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you. But don't worry, I've put some money to the side for Legends because of you beautiful people and this crazy community. So the content's not going down. That's the only thing I was worried about. Just disappearing on my rise to 20k. But I'm not going anywhere, all right? Figures are here. Firestorm's here. Everyone's so excited to see the review for this. They're probably not, to be fair. But I'm going to review it anyway. Okay. Good luck with the car, says Cloud. Thank you very much. If anyone's volunteering to just be my chauffeur for life, that would be great as well. Thank you very much. Brandon, do you fancy it? If I got the train to London, will you come and pick me up from the train station for MCM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes me feel better, actually.
I thought that was a given. I thought we were doing that.
No, I'm tempted. I'm trying to, as I said, we'll talk about that in the future. But we're planning, by the way, little spoiler, we're planning a little Dan Who crew meetup, all right, at MCM London, if anyone's about. So there you go. Little. Not officially.
Hasbro been at MCM 2017, 2018, 2019, and you never came. They're finally coming this year, hopefully. So you got to be there.
Well, nothing official yet. We know Star Wars are going to probably be there.
With Star Wars, yeah, but that's my thing is that if Star Wars have got an exclusive, I don't know if Legends would have an exclusive, but I can't see Star Wars coming and the other brands not coming.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, where is the Galactus HasLab? I'm ready for it, says Dark Soldier. We all are, my friend, and it is due to ship in November, I believe. But it could be on the water right now. I would assume it is on the water right now, or maybe it's already in a warehouse, just collecting dust, waiting to be dispatched. This is our first HasLab, Brandon, with Hasbro Pulse UK. Last year, Zavi did us good with the Sentinel. They didn't do anything wrong. We got it in a quite timely manner. I know some of our American friends were waiting way longer than us for their HasLab. So this year, do we reckon the HasLab UK, Hasbro Pulse UK are going to do us good, or are we going to be waiting a while?
I reckon we're going to wait a while. I think knowing the plastic gods, we've been so fortunate this year.
We have been lucky.
The
We're on a
rains,
downhill now. We're on a downhill.
The rains have watered our crops for so many months that I think they have to make it up to American collectors and let them get Galactus.
I do think I've been quite good with getting figures timely. As I said, thank you very much, Ryan Ting, sending me all those figures. Positivity. I've been so good at getting figures. Have you sent
Beast back yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It's gone. It was a bit of pain. It was hard to send back, you know. They didn't make it easy to send back. I went to the post office, right? I went to the post office with the true story, right? So I went to the post office with Beast, packed him back up, I even put him back in the retro card because I slit the bottom, right? So packed him back up with all his accessories. I wrote a little thank you note, as I always do. Went to the post office with the return label, which obviously Hasbro supply. And the post office went, we can't accept that.
Is that you?
That is not me, no.
Are you sure?
I've just got the same hairstyle as Doctor Strange. That's all it is, isn't it? I hate my hair. To be honest, I hate my hair.
Is that Dan?
Out of the house, I'm always wearing a hat. Like, you would rarely see me out the house without a hat on, alright? This is how I usually look outside the house. That is not me as Doctor Strange.
If you say so.
I only don't wear my hat while I'm streaming because I'm in my house. But...
I think you have a cosplay account on the side.
Someone's cosplaying as me as Doctor Strange. What cosplay? Who are you today? I'm Dan Who as Doctor Strange. That's a weird cosplay, that is. Okay, so HasLab before Christmas, yes or no?
Oh yeah, I think we're getting it before Christmas.
Okay.
Cool. I think the US will get it late September, early October. I think they'll start getting it around the time of PulseCon. I think we will start getting it mid to late October.
Okay.
I think they'll get it about 2 weeks before we get it. Like they do with MCU stuff.
Well, my point was...
They always get MCU stuff.
That's what I was going to. The next wave of Marvel Legends that is meant to hit is meant to be the Disney Plus wave.
Yeah.
That's going to be next. I reckon our friends in the US, I'm talking the Eva Veras of the world, the MCU collectors of the world, the Sharmas Primes, our American friends are going to find a way to get these much quicker than me. The MCU figures and the Disney Plus figures are always the last to hit the UK. Like, if you go back, even this year, Doctor Strange... Yeah. I was not first for Doctor Strange. I was last. I was so last for Doctor Strange, I didn't even bother doing single reviews. I just did a whole review for the whole wave, which I hate doing, but I was so far behind. By the time I reviewed the Doctor Strange wave, Doctor Strange, the movie, was in the cinema. That's how late I was for the Doctor Strange wave. Same with Thor. I was quite late for the Thor figures. I still reviewed them, though, but I was quite late with the Thor figures. So, again, I think Disney Plus is going to be the same. I'm going to be last to get them. Which again, not complaining about. I get it. Tit for tat, people. Tit for tat. I'm just talking out loud.
Speaking of movies that came into theaters, Dragon Ball Superhero came out last weekend.
Okay.
And I've been celebrating over at Hero Collection.
Is that why Cineworld is declaring bankruptcy because they put a Dragon Ball film on in the cinema and no one went to see it?
So go and show some love.
Is that Pickles?
And drop a like. It's Pickles. Pickles is saving Goku's son from getting obliterated.
Goku's son that actually looks like Goku's dad. Okay.
Yeah. More or less.
I remember. He looks.
No, so Cineworld. So apparently, Cineworld has looked into filing for
bankruptcy.
Filing for bankruptcy in the US, but I don't think they filed for it in the UK.
Oh, are they different?
And I think,
okay.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like the same parent company, but I did read about this, but I can't remember the ins and outs of it. But I think Cineworld have basically said that it could be.
You're part of the club, right? You're part of the club.
I am, yes.
Unlimited Club.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is not a sponsor for Cineworld, but if they do want to sponsor me, send me some popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
It'll go great with my Koppelberg. Sweet popcorn though, has to be sweet.
No, it has to be salted.
Whoa! Don't listen to Brandon. Sweet
or
popcorn,
buttered.
Please. Buttered popcorn doesn't exist in the UK, and we've had this conversation before.
So Rings of Power comes out next weekend on Amazon Prime.
Is that the Lord of the Rings prequel?
That's the Lord of the Rings prequel. So they've put the Lord of the Rings back into cinemas, I think, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, I've been struggling to sleep. Good idea. I might go and have a little nap.
Okay. To be fair, that was one of your better jokes. But I booked the IMAX for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's like 11 hours of.
Well, if you're not replying to our messages on Instagram, we know why.
and go and show that photo some love, because that's one of the best Dragon Ball shots I've ever taken in my entire life.
I've not been liking his Dragon Ball shots.
Look, I like that photo so much. I set it as the backdrop on my phone.
Goku and his son. I like these type of shots with characters I actually know. There you go, Morph and Sentinel.
I thought that was
Peter
I
and
was
Ned.
really giggling at that one. I love that shot.
Sentry and the crew.
Oh, also while we're here, go up to my stories real quick. Wait, can you see stories on here?
I don't know. Maybe. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, go across to the next one, and then the next one. Shout out pop culturism, and then the next one.
This one.
Oh yeah. So if you're watching, go and answer this this question over here for me. Thanks.
Working on something and would appreciate your thoughts. Let me know your 3 favourites from these shots, okay? Go over to Brandon's Instagram and let him know. Okay, right, let's jump back. Okay, so just quick plug as well. I did pin the Infinity Equation podcast channel to the top of the chat as well. So shout out Dante, Disemboweled, the whole crew. Go and watch their last week's stream with Ryan. I was in bed as the missus was sleeping, snoring next to me with one headphone on. I was watching for about half an hour. So I need to go back and watch the replay myself, but I 100% will for sure. But shout out Infinity Equation as always. Go and subscribe if you haven't, people. All right, long form content, all that good stuff. Rush in the chat as well says, what happened at the post office with Beast Dan? Brandon didn't let you finish your story. Oh yeah, so it was a FedEx label. Sorry, yeah, no, it's all good. Sorry. It was a FedEx label, and my post office wouldn't accept FedEx because it's like a specialist. It would only accept Royal Mail, Parcel 4, so like they were like, oh, we can't take that. And I don't have a car, do I? So I couldn't go anywhere else. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'll go home then. So I took my box, walked home, and I was like to Amanda, I was like, looks like I'm gonna have to keep Beast. Oh wow, what a shame.
And she said, who's Beast?
Yeah, she was like, what are you on about? So my mate, to be fair though, my mates in the UK actually work for FedEx, like they genuinely do. So I just messaged a few of my mates that work for FedEx and went, "Oi, I've got a FedEx parcel that's got a return label. I need to return it." And they sent me a link, and then someone come to my house and picked him up. So he got picked up. So there you go. That's my story. Beast is gone. He's on his way back.
Are you happy now, Rush?
There you go.
You finally finished the story.
It was a crap story, wasn't it, to be fair? So now he's gutted. Now he wish I never finished it, to be fair.
I'd already heard the story, so that's why I interrupted.
Just looking at the poll as well while we are looking at the chat. So I did ask the question to you guys. Have you or are you pre-ordering the the retro... so I'm just trying to get the image back up. There you go. The retro Ghost Rider. And with 63% of our viewers here, with 163 votes, which is pretty impressive. That's more people that I'm watching right now, have said, hell yes, with 37% of the vote saying no thank you. So still over half of you guys out there are planning to pick this Ghost Rider up, whether because you want to keep it on card or whether because you need a Ghost Rider. Even still, it looks like a great story. It's a great story, says Rush. I appreciate that. One day, I'm going to put it in a book of Dan Who's Small Tales, and it will be a bestseller on Amazon. One story will be like, one day I got up, fancied like some toast. So I had some toast. It was nice.
Where was the tea?
Of course I had tea. Of course you have tea with toast. I don't even need to write that in words in my story, because you would just assume that I have tea. I don't start my day. The first thing I do every day, get up.
Speaking of tea,
put the kettle on.
Do you fancy talking about the Lightning Collection reveals?
No, I want to talk about kettles for a quick second, right? I've asked Amanda if I can get an automatic kettle. Do you know, like, in the morning, right?
Wait. You need to full screen yourself for this. This deserves you on the full screen.
Okay. Hang on, let me go full screen. It's a genuine question, people, all right? So, my kettle's in the kitchen. All the way downstairs, really far away, especially when you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, I'm tired, I need a cup. You want a cup of tea. But it's too far away. So, like, then I have to get up, go downstairs and put the kettle on. And then I've got to wait downstairs in the cold for a couple of minutes for the kettle to boil. Right? It's very frustrating. It's an unnecessary wait. So I want to get this thing called an iKettle. This thing exists. You can buy it on Amazon, where you can actually turn the kettle on via an app on your phone. So I can wake up in the morning, put the kettle on from my phone, wait for it to boil, and then get up and go downstairs to a perfectly boiled kettle. No waiting around for the kettle to boil in the cold. That's what I want to do. It's called the iKettle. It's an actual thing. I reckon it's a genius invention. I want one, Brandon, but it's like over £100, and I buy too many toys, and my car's broke, so I can't justify buying space age kettles. But it's a genius idea, right? Have you heard of it before?
So I'm seeing Fellowship of the Ring on Monday.
You're
2 Tales on
speechless. He's
Tuesday,
speechless
and
about the
Return of the
iCkettle.
King on Return of the King on
It's
Wednesday.
a real thing. It's a real thing, by the way. It's a real thing. It's the iKettle. Google it. It's legit. It's a true story. I'm going to make an Amazon wish list and put it out there for people to buy me. Buy me an iKettle.
I was going to say, there you go. Christmas this year.
Christmas is coming. We are on our way to Christmas. Just letting you know. All right, iKettle, please. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about some actual other toy news apart from Legends. I don't mind doing that occasionally. I heard Cat Libs in the chat earlier saying, "Are we talking about the Power Rangers reveals?" We can do. We can do.
And go and check out Cap's post today. Because he put up a really cool post of the Green Ranger whooping the Black and Blue Rangers, but Black and Blue.
By the way, Michael gets it in the chat. He says, you need to use your time on creating content, not waiting for water to boil. That is correct. Michael is on the same page as me. Thank you very much. I told you, Michael just gets it. He just gets it. He gets me. I appreciate you, Michael. Thank you so much. We can have a quick look at Cap's Instagram as we're talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me get it up real quick. Shout out Cat Libs. Let me get the Instagram up. Press a
Jamie said by the time you get up, though, it'll be off the boil.
No, I'll get up quick. I'll wait for the boil, and I'll get up quick and go straight downstairs. I'll be there in a matter of seconds. Nicely boiled kettle.
Ed Who Collects said, Brandon and Dan influenced me to go to In-Demand Toys tomorrow. Tell Nick and the guys we said hi.
Yeah, tell Nick that Dan and Brandon sent you. Say you've seen it. Say you've seen Dan and Brandon talk about it. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help us when we want some quick dispatch.
Just Justin Collect says, man, Brandon, I'm so excited to finally have some Lightning Collection news. Rich said, I like my tea like I like my women. I prefer coffee.
Funny. Amanda doesn't like me having coffee in the house. I'll just take that as you will.
Really?
That's a story. I'll save that story for the Dan Who's Small Tales book that comes out on Amazon at some point in the future. Anyway, Power Rangers. Cap lives. Cap.lives on Instagram. If you like Power Rangers, like Lightning Collection, and you like some really good photography of those two things, then there you go. Cap Lives Instagram is perfect for you. Not just Power Rangers, lots of action figures, Star Wars, Marvel, all that good stuff. Some great ACBA, one of the best out there. And this was his new post with the Green Ranger fighting off. I would only assume Billy and Zach, the original Black and Blue. But great shots and all. So let's talk about these reveals, Brandon.
Yes.
So we start off on a subject that we are very, very knowledgeable about, as we both have big fandom towards fighting games, especially Street Fighter. We can name all the Street Fighter characters. I played these for hours as a kid. Know so much of the Street Fighter lore. Kylie Minogue was in Street Fighter at some point, I think. Rob Van Dam, I think, was in Street Fighter. No, Rob Van Dam was a wrestler.
Goku 2?
His brother.
Goku 2?
His brother was in Street Fighter. Goku 2 is in there? Probably one of them's got with it. Anyway, my point is, we know nothing about Street Fighter, but I know something about Power Rangers, and I do like collaborations. So I appreciate things from a distance. I've had my Turtles and Power Rangers, right? So I'm not mad at anybody. This one's for someone else, and that's absolutely fine. But here we have Ryu as a Power Ranger. So this is like morphed Ryu. So this isn't Ryu as White Ranger or anything like that. This is literally just Ryu, the Street Fighter character. If he had a power coin and he morphed, this is what he would look like. So this is a Power Rangers and Street Fighter collaboration, just like we got last year with the Power Rangers and Turtles. That was based off the comic. I believe these designs are based off some sort of video game or some sort of app. Like there's definitely some sort of game with these designs.
I think is it Capcom? I may have just completely made that up.
Honestly, the two people on screen right now are the two worst people to talk about fighter games. I don't know anything. I blur Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat in my brain.
I think this is from one of the Grid comic storylines.
Could be. I'll ask the lads on Legends of Liquor this week. Come back for Legends of Liquor on Sunday for some actual knowledge on Street Fighter. But as action figures, we can talk about them as action figures, Brandon, and we can talk about them from a Power Rangers toyetic perspective. So Ryu, as a morphed Power Ranger, is a deluxe figure, comes with some fun accessories, does look like a cool design. Initial thoughts, is this something you're into?
I think this is something I'm into. I think it's very well done by Hasbro, right? In that, how do you keep the line ever evolving with Power Rangers when you have so many different Power Rangers that you still have to get to while also clinging to MMPR? This definitely looks more like MMPR than it does anything else. I think they did really well with the accessories and the hands because you got the fists and the open hands. I think the matte finish that Loretta was talking about with the flame effects is really cool. It's all pinless. I actually think that this body type, this 2.0 Lightning Collection body, is really cool because it's got the ball joint at the neck and at the at the top of the neck, and top of the neck and the base of the neck, has the pinless elbows and knees. I'm trying to think. Have we had any mainline
No pinless
Power Rangers yet on this body?
No.
No,
The
right?
two-pack, the two-pack with yellow and red that have been switched
is the first one.
No mainline.
Interesting.
Not even the re-release of Adam. Not even the Black Ranger is Adam single packed is a different version. It's literally just a head and a new weapon.
I see. Because I was looking at this earlier and I thought, I can't wait to get one of these in hand. But then not this figure specifically, but the 2.0 body. Because, I like the packaging as well.
Plastic-free packaging. I do think all lines in Hasbro, like people have been asking this question throughout the stream, especially if we've been talking about retro. Just think, this mandate about plastic-free packaging was put on Hasbro ages ago, right? And Hasbro plan in advance. So I do think a lot of the product in 2023 is plastic-free. That's why I think even if retro cards are allowed to return, it's not happening anytime soon, all right? So at the end of this year, retro cards will fade away. And then for a lot of next year, we won't get any plastic. And then it may start appearing again in 2024. But not
knock.
Who's there?
I don't know. Check.
Okay. I'll go and get the door. You keep these busy.
The joke went over your head. I'll try again. Knock, knock. Dad?
Yeah. Hello? Go away.
Knock.
Go away. I don't like guests.
I think you'll like this guest.
Okay. Come in. The door's open.
Check the waiting room.
Oh. Idiot. Okay. Oh, has he come to save us? Thank God. Oh, he's come to save us. Please, Rich. Save us. Save us. Save us. All right. So this guy, he fights in a game. That's all I can tell you. Save us. Rich M's here. Rich, you've got a whole fan club that I've been waiting for you to arrive, and now you're here. We can't hear you, though. We can't hear you. Sorry. The anticipation.
Wait,
Rich is here, everybody. Rich is here. He knows. He's sorting it. He's here. I'm dropping some Rich M emojis in the chat.
Rich,
hello?
we can't hear
There you go. Now we can.
Okay, we can
Hey.
Rich has come to save us. Hello, Rich.
Hello, I'm here quick with my Street Fighter. Look at all my lovely Street Fighter collection that I've got that you know nothing about. So yeah, this is from it's like a mobile game. It's not a Capcom game.
Okay.
And like Chun-Li and Ryu, right?
Ryu.
Not Ryu, whatever you said. Ryu.
I don't know. I admitted I didn't know.
They were like crossover characters and became like Rangers in the game. I think they're gonna introduce more characters. There's rumors that I think Ken and Cammy might be introduced, and Cammy would be
really
the best one. Yeah.
Cammy was Kylie Minogue, right?
Cammy.
Kylie Minogue.
Wait,
What's
Kylie
Kylie
Minogue? Serious? Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, in the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah,
Kylie
in the
Minogue.
Street Fighter film, the one Ming Na is Chun-Li in that one.
Yeah, and Rob Van Dam or whatever his name is.
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, not Rob Van Dam.
That's his brother.
Damn. Yeah, not that one. The other one, he was in it as well. But yeah, do you like these, Rich? Are you in on these?
I wish they'd come with like alternate unmasked heads, but I think because Jada Toys has got the Street Fighter license, I'm guessing that's why maybe. But Loretta did say these were like the first of many today, so there may be more coming along. But yeah, I've ordered both of these, and they are sold out on Pulse UK, but other retailers in the UK do have them if you're looking for them. And I think Pulse US, they did get a restock of them today as well.
So I'm assuming you like this one a little bit better. Who's this one?
I do. This is Chun-Li, and it can go with like my millions of Chun-Lis I've got. Like that's my life goal.
Oh, this is Ming-Na, is it?
This is no in the movie. It's not in the game. Ming-Na plays that in the movie.
Yeah.
Have I got a movie Chun-Li? No, I think I got the G.I. Joe Chun-Li. That's about the nearest to the movie. But yeah, Ming-Na plays Chun-Li. Do you not know who Chun-Li is? Have you never played a Street Fighter game?
I'm aware of Street Fighter.
This also has more muscular legs, Loretta said.
It's one of those things that I've just never stuck with me. Like, I didn't care too much about it to obtain this knowledge. You know, like, Street Fighter, like, I was never very good at fighting games, so I avoided playing them, if that makes sense. So
To be fair, though, Rob Pollock did back me up. He said it's not just the mobile game. They're also in the console game, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Okay. Who said something about the grid over here?
There's no way you haven't played Battle for the Grid. Have you played Dragon Fighter Z? That's the Dragon Ball one, isn't it?
Brandon, do you even own a console? Do you own a console?
Somewhere.
You'd know if you
The last console I bought was a PlayStation 3. Well, actually, no, tell a lie.
There's no.
I got the Switch. I have the Switch because of Pokemon.
Okay.
To be fair, but yeah, Loretta said that these are more muscular legs. Also, a couple of people in the chat also reminded me that the new 2.0 bodies have drop down hips as well.
For the record, these look like great action figures, very toyetic, and I've got.
That's it, man. Like, I agree.
Like the two, I like just think as excited as I was for Turtles and Power Rangers combined, people out there share that same excitement, but for Street Fighter and Power Rangers to combine. So I get it from just a collective perspective of how exciting this must be for some people. It's just, as I said, I can't fake passion, so. Undoubtedly these figures look great, but again, I have no attachment to these designs. But just as a toy fan, like, I get how they'd make a nice little collection, especially like Rich said, if more are coming out and you can get maybe a team of 3 or 4 to just stand in a shelf on a corner, nice little Street Fighter-esque team. Like Rich said though, they're missing unmasked heads is a big miss, right, Rich?
Yeah, definitely. But I think the biggest thing from this to take away from this is with Playmates getting the Street Fighter license for that Teenage Mutant Turtles crossover, Jada Toys getting look, I'm even trying to think things wrong now. Jada Toys getting the Street Fighter license and Hasbro now getting the license for Street Fighter to cross over with Power Rangers. Hopefully, I think what everyone wants is Marvel versus Capcom. That's what everyone's hoping from this. Is like if Hasbro can start crossing over, like next year, do a line of Marvel versus Capcom. That would be amazing. I know you two would be loving that. I can't wait for that stream to come along. Fingers crossed I'm available that week.
Yeah.
But hopefully
we've got plenty of time to book you in advance for that one. But no, again, as just a toy fan, I think these look great. I get that people's excitement for them. I do think, like you said, interchangeable heads with these to portray the characters would have made them like perfect. Like I'm not much to complain about at all. But they even come with lots of lots of lots of effects, lots of bases, like unique effects. Well, like that Phoenix piece you could use with like your X-Men with Jean Grey, that kind of thing as well. But it's got like a base as well, alternate hands. Like just that head would probably push it over the edge. The base has pegs as well, so you can actually plug the feet in. Yeah, which Power Rangers haven't got usually.
But the price of these is a bit. It's a bit. Yeah, a bit steep. That's one word.
Let's look on Pulse real quick. I'm assuming they'll be under the Power Rangers banner. Power Rangers.
Although,
they're sold out. Rich said, yeah. So Chun-Li's sold out, but she's nearly 40 quid, which is pricey. And Ryu, am I saying that right? Ryu. See, for me, my brain doesn't see an E, so I don't want to say Ryu, but I get it. There's a Y there. Yeah, both sold out on Pulse already. So, yeah.
But they are available on, I think, Comics and Cocktails, Star Action, In Demand. They've all got them in as well, and I think they are available there. And I think if you're in the US, Pulse US did get a restock today of them. And if you're in Germany, they've never sold out because obviously the Germans are not big on Street Fighter.
Germany. I told you, if there's a German reviewer that can speak English, they're going to have the market on everything first soon. Ghost Riders sold out on here on Star Action Figures.
She-Hulk is sold out on.
Yeah, She-Hulk sold out.
SAF as
but
well.
I can't see the Rangers. I can't see the Power Rangers on here.
I've definitely seen them on Comics and Cocktail. Definitely got them.
Wait. What if figure is that sold out?
Iron Man.
Zombie Iron Man sold out.
Well, it's Iron Man.
That was going to be
there
the
another
most popular
higher up?
one.
No, I know, but still, I didn't realize
Loki.
classic Loki.
Yeah,
No.
They
They didn't get enough. They didn't
Yeah.
get enough Loki, so they never put him up for order in the first
Yeah,
place.
Loki only comes with the full wave. They said so. That was always sold out. That was they did say that.
Oh,
on
I see.
Facebook. But yeah, I can't see the Rangers there. But still, they're available in other places, I'm sure, like Rich says. But they're on Pulse. I was looking on Big Bad Toy Store too. That's where.
For people looking for classic Loki, I think you'll be fine because I think maybe you might find someone stupid at Pulse has like ordered something like thousands of them. You never know, but that will be available everywhere.
Too many Lokis. They've been giving them away. It's randoms.
Right, I'm going now. I'm just coming on to
thank
correct you with my Street Fighter knowledge.
Thank you for
Catch
saving
you all
us.
next week, guys. See you later.
Rich with the save. Thank you very much, Rich. Yeah, I was going to say everything Rich was going to say anyway, to be honest. So, to be honest, Rich just saved me from saying it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, me and Brandon would have got there eventually. Like we were just stumbling around.
Just letting the chat catch up. That's all.
Yeah. We would have got there, but we thought we'd let Rich have his moment. Like he can come in and
my knock jokes, eh?
Yeah. So sorry, I can't see the Zoom call unless I turn my head. So obviously I didn't turn my head.
No.
But anyway, there you go. There's the Power Ranger review, and they did have a live stream today and revealed some stuff.
Yes.
But I'll have to look.
That Time Force Blue.
Hang on, I need to.
Which never went up for order in the UK. What's going on?
I should go to Paternia on Twitter. Paternia is the guy from for news and pictures. So I don't have them. Otherwise, let me have a look. Yeah, but of course Paternia had them up. Thank you very much, Paternia, on Twitter. If you're not following Paternia on Twitter, please do. There you go. So these were the pre-orders that were meant to go up today, but Brandon said they're a bit slow in the UK. But we've got the yellow Ranger Morpher, which we've already had the pink. So I'm assuming they're just going to go around and give you every colour version of the Morpher because they've made the mould. Why not? Just put the other one out there. So we got the yellow Ranger Morpher. We got the... Did you say Time Force in bike? Am I making that up?
Yeah. Time Force, it's the Vector cycle.
I'm surprised when the first time they do a bike, they haven't done Mighty Morphin. Do you know? Because you'd have think, wouldn't they? You'd go Mighty Morphin, but this is the first bike. We've had the unicycle and we've had this the surfboard for in space.
Yeah.
But no bikes yet.
Interesting.
I'm not wrong though, am I? It's the first bike.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to remember what bikes they had in.
Mighty Morphin definitely had bikes. I don't know if they were in the show for long, but I had the toys as a kid. Maybe they were just toys bikes, but maybe they had them in the show. I can't remember. Did Mighty Morphin show have bikes? The chat will let me know. But they definitely had the toys. This
is great though. I can't wait for that Time Force Blue. But now that we've got Time Force on the 2.0 body, I feel like we need a Time Force Red and Time Force Quantum Ranger 2-pack on the 2.0.
Oh, because you've already got them with pins, and they're just going to look a little bit out of place on a shelf with a pinless.
Yeah. We got the Red Ranger with pins, but the Quantum Ranger is basically the Red Ranger, but just with black instead of white on the suit.
Yeah. Tanner says, "All right, lads, I'm off to watch She-Hulk episode 2. Are we not entertaining enough for you, Tanner? What's that all about? You can't wait until after the stream ends to watch She-Hulk 2. All right, I'll remember that, Tanner. I'll remember that. You could have just done it quietly and not told us.
Did you watch She-Hulk yet?
I haven't watched episode 2 yet, no. I'll
You've
watch
been
it.
home all day.
Do you know what? I'll go and watch it now. Enjoy the stream, everybody.
So, speaking about something more interesting than that, what do you guys think about Goku? Anyone? Pickle? Well, looks like Dan's gone. Speaking of Time Force, they are probably my favorite Power Ranger team in the entire history of Power Rangers. Definitely my favorite series of Power Rangers. The final battle of Time Force, I remember I had it on VHS, and I used to sit at the end of my bed in front of the TV, and I'd rewind. I'd press the button on the TV because I was never allowed the remote to the phone to the TV in my room because I was a kid, and otherwise I would just start watching TV all night long. But the thing was that there were still buttons on the front of the TV that you could press. You know those big TVs with the big backs in them, kind of thing. Blue says, "Get that out of here, Brandon. We're talking Power Rangers." Okay, let's bring Wes back then. And I just remember so many nights staying up late watching that final battle of Time Force on VHS on my
Sorry to interrupt, Brandon. I just wanted to
TV.
I just wanted to congratulate
Oh,
Jay's
you back?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Jay's Toy Collection UK on the brand new host of Turtles and Tea. Congratulations, welcome to the team, Jay. Brand new host of Turtles and Tea. Tana Super Turk 5000 is out of here, and Jay's Toys Collection UK is in. Much better replacement, to be honest. Anyway, never really liked that Tana. I always preferred Tana Super Turk 4999, to be honest. But I've got that off my chest. I feel a little bit better. But anyway,
Crescent Blue Zero says, "I love Goku." Cloud says, "I like Goku." Justin Flex says he prefers Vegeta to Goku. Time Force is great, says Rich. Goku is Goku, says Home Dude. Gahubri J says Dan leaves and we're straight to Dragon Ball.
California Red Devil comes and says, "Save us, Dan." What did you do to them, Brandon?
Cat Live says, "Get that out of here, Brandon. We're talking Rangers." D-Bird says, "Did you see the Super movie?" I did. I loved it. Cloud Foxwell says, "I'm a mild DBZ fan, but I can appreciate the figures." Greg says, "I think superhero makes no sense. Gohan and Piccolo can destroy a planet. How can the Red Ribbon Army be a threat?" Rob Pollock says, "Brandon, why won't they give us Time Force Pink?" I know! We need Time Force Pink now. And I tell you what, better still, we need Time Force Pink on a 2.0 body in a 2-pack with Time Force Red, because Time Force Red and Pink, spoiler alert, they get it on. And that would make more sense than, I suppose, and would probably be more appealing than Red and Quantum Ranger. Yeah, hell yeah, Rob Pollock, I agree. Time Force Pink is the best female Ranger to ever live. Fight me.
Statement. I can't talk Time Force, unfortunately, not denying your statement. I just can't talk about it. I can talk Mighty Morphin, but I'm not going to lie to you. When I seen that this was, because I want more Mighty Morphin villains all day long, right? But I had to Google this one. This wasn't one of the monsters that instantly came to me. But he is a Mighty Morphin villain. He was voiced by Bryan Cranston, and it is Slizzard. Slizzard. He's a monster made of snake. He's like a snake lizard, so you get Slizzard. He has a big opening jaw. He has some snake accessories. He has a big bendy wire tail. Again, the things with these deluxe Power Ranger figures, the sculpts look great. The figures look great. It's just that they look very plasticky, and the sculpt's amazing, but the paint doesn't do them justice. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the other deluxe figures have been great in regards to sculpt and the articulation. It's just that they just don't have the deco they deserve to really make them feel the quality that they could be. Like the Eye Guy and the Pumpkin Rapper and even King's Thinks. If they had a bit more paint on them, they'd be amazing. Same with this guy, where I think if he had a bit of colour on the legs, especially with all that sculpting of the legs, like the snakes all sculpted up his legs, if there was a bit of a wash on there to really bring out that detail, it would make such a difference. But otherwise, it just looks like very flat plastic, which is a shame, because I do like the figure and I do like adding new villains to the display. But Slizzard, would you be getting Slizzard, Brandon?
No
for Slizzard. Was he in Time Force?
Who's Slizzard?
Yeah.
No. He was in.
I know. He might
Power Rangers. Power Rangers Lizards.
He might have come back in Time Force. I don't know.
Power Rangers Lizards.
I had to Google it too. No idea. Yeah. So I had to Google it too. He was in one episode. He was in an episode. He's got like an apple on his head, and Kimberly gets him with the bow. I did have to watch a clip earlier.
This is the thing that I don't get. Right. Let's do a whole bunch of Pokemon. Let's do a whole bunch of Power Rangers monsters that were in one episode. But let's not do like some of the biggest, baddest villains from the rest of the series that would require just as much unique sculpting, if not less, than this. I don't get that.
Rob Pollock says, "I agree."
Other than this is just Mighty Morphin, and so it sells. I don't know.
Well, Rob Pollock says, "I agree. Slizzard isn't as iconic. I think they only picked him because of the Bryan Cranston connection. I much rather would have had Robo Goat or the Shapeshifter." Mandrillate from season 2. Yeah, there's so many more that even had figures as a kid. Like I remember the what one do I want? I want is it the armadillo guy who rolls up into a ball? Like I had him as a kid.
Oh yeah.
I want him. Like he's more iconic than Slizzard, but he's Mighty Morphin, so I feel like I have to add him to the shelf since I've already got Mighty Morphin. So Diva Tox would have been a solid move. Yes, she's from Turbo, right?
Think so.
Yeah, I think it is. She's in the Turbo movie. And we haven't had any Turbo Rangers. Need some Turbo Rangers, right? Not Justin. He was annoying.
You know,
Turbo
you know
Rangers.
which Turbo Ranger we need? We need TJ Turbo Red.
Oh, even better. Cat lives. He knows what he's talking about. He says Rito, as in like the skeleton with the half camouflage, half skeleton body. Yes, he's been on my wish list for Lightning Collection from day one of Lightning Collection. So yes, Rito. Rito is Rita's brother, right? Rito Repulsa, I think. I think that's true. Anyway, yeah. Both of those suggestions.
Maybe.
Everyone's suggestions are better than Slizzard. Slizzard's okay, but not iconic. And they kept saying iconic in the stream, and he's not. Your boy's got toys coming with the detailed facts. He said, I had the bird monster from Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Do you have a name for us? Which bird one? The one that had a chicken in his stomach? I remember that one. I even had the toy of that one. He was sort of a bird. A chicken's in the bird species. Are you on about that one, or are you on about something else?
There are just so many good villains that need action figures.
Ed Who Collects is on the topic of who remembers the Goldar throwing situation. Yes, I have mentioned that before. I threw a Goldar at my cousin, and he till this day has a scar on his head from the Goldar action figure. It's a true story. Thank you very much, Ed Who Collects. That guy, he remembers. Rito is Rita's brother, a little on the nose, isn't it? Yeah, I assumed so. But I remembered. That's why. Yeah, Rito is the brother. Yep. Cool. Okay. Let's bounce back. Let me just go through my little go through my tabs here, Brandon. See if I missed out on anything that I wanted to discuss today. So we talked about some Power Rangers reveals. Ghost Rider, of course, today was today's sort of main sort of focus and revisiting that Toy Biz line of Ghost Rider. And of course, me and Rich will come back around and do a Ghost Rider Retro Wave wish list, okay? So here's the old Toy Biz line. This is what went up for pre-order this week. And me and Rich will come and do a Ghost Rider wish list. Maybe next week, the week after, I'm not too sure. But very, very soon, as it's going to get Ghost Rider heavy with the HasLab coming up. That is for sure. But as we sort of come towards the end of the show, and I appreciate everyone who's still here watching now rather than going off early to watch She-Hulk, 'cause that's just rude, and then announcing it as well just to rub it in, like that's just it's not good enough. Anyway, I appreciate everyone who's actually here still talking toys. You can dictate the last
Tanner's in trouble.
You can dictate the last part of the stream for us. Any questions or anything like that, please let us know right now. Me and Brandon will catch them before we're out of here. Let's have a scroll up, see if I've missed anything. Yeah, people are just still throwing Power Ranger villains. My Power Rangers display has moved upstairs, and it actually has dedicated shelves now. So I will do.
Wait, have you actually filled it out?
I need in Space Blue, which I'm thinking I might buy on Comic and Cocktails before midnight tonight, because he's in a 2-pack with the space.
Oh, no.
You still want the glider?
Geeky Nerd Toys just put up earlier that they have the Space Blue and glider in a sale for £25.
But I could spend £25 and get the silver Psycho Ranger, and I've already got the 5-pack of silver Psycho Rangers.
Well, then do that too.
We can speak. I was just. To be fair, I thought that was so long gone that you didn't even care anymore. But if you still want it, we can do that.
To be fair, I mean,
how long would it take for the whole crew to get the surfboards?
Yeah, true. A long time. Very long time.
But anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing. But yeah, Mike X says Turtles and Tea replacement placed by Fortnite. I can be making YouTube content for another 100 years, and I don't think you'll ever get a Fortnite theme stream out of me, I'm afraid. Won't happen. They also say, okay, cool. Brandon, you could make Pokemon into Ranger forms. What Pokemon would you want Rangers of?
I would probably want Pokemon trainers, if I'm honest, rather than Pokemon
That is a question
themselves.
from Greg Finstad. Thank you, Greg.
I would definitely want Red, Brock, Misty, and Blue as Pokemon trainer Power Rangers. Pokemon themselves. I mean, you have to go for Charizard. You probably want to do the ones that sell, right? Charizard, Pikachu, Lucario. Greninja, all the popular ones.
Yeah.
A deep cut. If I was to pick a deep cut, Umbreon. That's probably not that deep a cut, but still. Speaking of Pokemon,
yeah.
I went to the Pokemon Center in London this weekend,
Oh,
which was great fun.
what did you get? What
Well,
do you do
all
there?
they-
What
all
do you
they-
do there? Just buy merch?
So basically, yeah. So it was the trading card game World Championships. So that was all going on in the main convention hall. But then downstairs, they'd opened up a huge space and converted it into this massive Pokemon Center. But pretty much everything that was there was either just like, clothes, merchandise, or umbrellas, or hats, or socks, or scarves. And then it was just plushies, basically, and trading card stuff. They did no action figures at all. So sad, man. But I got a backpack, a London exclusive backpack that I thought would be really good for conventions. I thought for MCM, for Celebration, MCM again next year. I thought it could be good for that. So
yeah, I like when it comes to Pokemon stuff. Gen 1 for me. But I'm sure I'm not the only one in the chat here where when I was a kid, I collected the Pokemon cards, but I never really. I think I may have tried to play the card game once or twice, but I think mainly I was just collecting the cards. I wasn't playing the game. I wouldn't even know how to play the Pokemon game. Like 30 years later, wouldn't have a clue.
I was always tempted to get one of the how Ryan Ting has the X-Men trading cards, mint graded, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I was always tempted to get like my favorite Pokemon card within reason.
Oh wait, yeah, I wanted
graded.
One sec, I've got some.
You have cards? Does he really have cards? Hold on, let me get back to the chat. I've just been reposting everybody's. I've just been reposting everybody's stories. Let's see. Cap Liv said earlier, Brightside, at least we get Time Force Pink on the 2.0 body, which is true. Rich says, Brandon cosplaying as Misty for MCM catching a Togepi. Justin Collects says, man, the Pokemon Select line is fire. Mike Heck says, my daughter collects cards but doesn't know how to play. Justin Collects says, they probably won't do the rest of the Galaxy Gliders because Blue didn't really sell well. Rob says, I don't think the whole crew is going to get the Galaxy Gliders. I don't expect to get all of the bikes for Time Force either. Their release strategy almost begs for line to end up incomplete.
So I went through a phase of like just buying like some Gen 1 Pokemon, and I went and got like the original starters, Pikachu, and then their evolved forms, but I haven't got the shinies. So, and they're very expensive. So I've like was tempted to get a Blastoise, do you know, a shiny Blastoise on a slab. But I wouldn't want, because they've reissued them now, and the reissues have got like a little Pokemon Pikachu head in there from the anniversary sets. But I wouldn't want that. I'd want the original. But these ones here are all originals from the original.
Well, you should see how much those are worth, man.
Not these ones, not the shiny ones.
You never know.
Yeah, these are the 95 ones. So just a few, just for the nostalgic purposes. I was going to get them framed and then like pose them with my Pokemon collection, maybe. But that's when I even got an Eevee there. But that's when in my head, right, I'm building this big display room. Obviously, this room's tiny. All I can display in here is Legends and a few other things. But in my head, like, I'm building out this big collection room that my garage is or my attic's gonna get converted into one day. Obviously, not happening for a long time, but when that happens, it's gonna be so many corners of the collecting world revealed for my collection that finally come out of the dust. But yeah, Pokemon's definitely up there. Only Gen 1 though. Pokemon Red and Blue, sort of my era. Maybe a little bit of Gen 2. But after that,
favorite Gen 2 Pokemon?
The evolution form of the crocodile, the Toto.
Oh, for alligator?
Yeah, him. I don't know. I always liked the starter. I've always gravitated towards the water starter Pokemon. Don't know why. Don't know what that says about me, but it's always been water Pokemon. Sorry, we had a question, and this may be the last one of the evening from California Red Devil. Thank you very much. Yeah. Big Donny fan. I don't know if you've heard, but he is. He says, Dan, if starting lineup gets the Premier League license, how much are you going to pay for a Tuchel and Conte 2-pack? If anyone watched the Chelsea versus Tottenham game, then the two managers basically started going at it on the side of the pitch. It was ridiculous. But that's what he's referring to. I don't know, the starting lineups, right? Just as an action figure fan, I am curious of what Hasbro do with it, because I know McFarlane had that license for a little bit. But I like the idea of 6-inch figures based on sports, because sports is very collectible. Like the sports memorabilia is super collectible. So you're like merging two heavily collectible items with toys and sports, and it does seem it could be very popular. But I don't think they're going anywhere near the Premier League, to be fair. I just don't think there's a market for it. Most people that like the Premier League, that sort of pattern of people that also collect toys is virtually it's just not there.
True.
Just not there. Like, there's only a few weirdos like me out there, do you know? So, and to be honest, even as a big toy collector, I don't think I'd want the Chelsea squad in figure form. Like, I don't need them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need it. Like, football rosters change so quickly. I've got a few favourite players, obviously. But I think how exciting would a John Terry action figure be? Do you know what I mean? Like,
no,
that's what I'm saying. It's not you don't really want a John Terry action figure.
I do think though that there's definitely an appeal with NBA players.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is what I mean. It's very American football, American baseball, American.
Yeah.
I just don't think the UK sports crowd are as enthusiastic to get the toys and collectibles as the Americans would be.
I'd love a Jackie Robinson figure. Baseball.
Again, I can't speak baseball, basketball, American football.
I don't really know much about baseball. I just love Jackie Robinson.
I try and watch the Super Bowl every year just for the gimmick, and it's just very stop-start, very boring, and everyone's like, this is so exciting, and I'm like, really? Really? But if you say so, but yeah, I don't get it. Throw the ball, grab the ball, everyone jump on him. Okay, stop. Now you run over there. Like, stop again. Okay, stop. There's a flag. Stop again. And people think football's boring. Like actual football. Now, don't get me started, Brandon. I've got a lot of American friends here. I feel like I may be upsetting, and I've nearly ended the stream. I shut up. Premier League is better than American football, though. Full stop. Period. Done. Statement. Done.
Justin Collect says, hopefully Amazon restocks the deluxe Lugia. Hold on a minute about that deluxe Lugia, because when is that due to ship?
Football is amazing. Sports is a Mega Weapon 13. Yeah, the English football is amazing. You are spot on. You are correct. Big fan of Mega Weapon 13 is. I think he's on about. I think he's not on about that, but still.
Yeah, this, you know who Lugia is, don't you?
Chasing the ball is all sports, says Jimmo. Jimmo's not wrong. He's not wrong. You're not wrong, to be fair. All sports fans are idiots, but we love it anyway. Lugia is the white legendary Pokemon, right, with a bit of purple highlights. That one, yeah. I know who he is. Rob Pollock says water polo is boring. There, I said it. He's got it off chest now. He feels liberated. He feels better about himself, and he can now sleep soundly tonight. I'm glad.
Literally, Action Figs said that he still has his original Charizard that he pulled as a kid.
Wow,
and Omega Weapon 13 had said that a PSA 10 Charizard is like $150,000.
Yeah, that's why I do not have one because I do not. And if I did, I would sell it because there's only so much value I can hold in my hand before I realise how much more I can hold from that. Never mind. A few people are agreeing with me, by the way. The Premier League is better than the NFL. Just saying. I reckon it is. The
NBA is better than the Premier League.
Again, these are fun debates to have on our new show, Sports and Spirits, where we can talk about paranormal again and actually drink spirits. See what I did there? It's a very rounded show where we talk sports, ghosts, and alcohol beverages. Home Dude says, is it true, Dan, that the UK need to use up their 20 and 30, 50 bills? Oh yeah, I think so. I think they're going obsolete. People don't like using $50. If you I was about to say $50 bill, then if you have a £50 note, right, and you go into a shop, like just a regular corner shop or whatever, very rare that people accept it because people are very suspicious because they're counterfeited quite a lot. So you only really get £50 notes in banks and even banks won't give them out very much anymore. So yeah, £50
paper
notes.
paper £20 and £50 notes.
Yeah.
Why the £20 note?
We're in a digital age now, anyway. People are going to soon have
I
their
mean,
chip and
I
pin.
haven't carried cash in years.
People are soon are going to get a chip and pin embedded into their palm of their hand, and instead of waving cards at the machine, you're just going to go boop, boop. That's how you're going to buy your Legends in the future, Brandon. You're going to walk up to a shop and just go boop. Even makes a boop sound, just so you know.
Is that all 20 and £50 notes?
I don't know. I don't know the details, but there's some truth to what
like
Home Dude's saying. He says that the Illuminati plan to play and not MCU Illuminati. Yeah, it's the real Illuminati. Rob Pollock says, have a great weekend, Fedders. Thanks for the fun chat. Cloud, we don't talk anymore. I'll fix that next time. Cloud, come and get on a... Cloud. Rob, get on a Legends of Liquor, my friend, when you can make it. If you can try and fit us in, and we can all talk there. But talk about a niche market. So we need a football watching, ghost hunting, whiskey drink. Yeah, it is a niche market. Dan, some people have had RFID hard chips for 10 years. What, really? Like in their body? Like implanted in them? Crazy. I'll take a debit chip. So I've told you, the future's now, people. Right, when I start rambling like this, that's when I need to get off and make a cup of tea. Let me just turn on my kettle with my iPhone app. Oh, wait. I don't have an iKettle. That's right, people. Oh, damn. If only I did, though. I could turn the kettle on now, and then as I finish the stream, my kettle would be boiled. See? That's the type of future I need. Brandon, tell these lovely people where they can find you online and remind them if you're here or not next week. And I'll get your Instagram up.
There he is, the man of the hour. Yes, I will be cameoing next week. It's a very special Thursday, next Thursday. So I will be cameoing then.
It's his birthday. I'll drop his PayPal in the chat next week.
No, you don't have to do that.
I will. I'll do that.
But yes, it's yeah. Happy birthday, Brandon, next week. And then the following week I will be here. The following week after that I will be here. So I will look forward to catching up with you guys then. YouTube is happening sometime soon for Hero.Collections.
Brandon has promised
I keep losing track of the days.
He's promised us one thing with YouTube. It will happen in the future.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a future endeavor.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It is. But then in the meantime, you can catch me over at Hero.Collections. I haven't been doing Into the Heroverse there recently, and that is for a very good reason that is related to YouTube, which I'll explain at some point down the line. Go and show some love to these Dragon Ball posts. I know that anything not Marvel Legends usually doesn't get the algorithm doesn't push it as much as everything else. So please do go and show some love for Dragon Ball, because I definitely want to get into shooting some more Dragon Ball figures in the future. Until then, I got a whole bunch of DMs to catch up on. So if you're in my DMs at the moment, I haven't got back to you, bear with me, and I will get back to you shortly. And Dan, as always, my friend, pow. That's £2 in the trademark copyright jar.
Thank you.
And thanks as always.
Yep, much appreciated, my friend. Always fun to just chat nonsense.
Greg said Brandon turns 20, right? And then Jay corrected him and said, no, Brandon turns 21.
Yeah. You're still a young man, Brandon, is the point that people are making, all right? Enjoy your birthdays, live it up. Your best years are ahead of you.
Man.
Your best years are ahead
26.
of you. Your best years
26.
are ahead of you. 26 is a great age.
Jeez.
26 is a great age.
That's the oldest I've ever been.
Of course it is.
Wow.
Do you know, right now is the oldest I've ever been as well. It's crazy how time works.
Yeah.
Let me quickly end this stream by just ending the poll in the chat, okay? So I'm ending it right now. But first, to end the stream, thank you very much, Northern Nomad.
Northern Nomad donated $10.
Much appreciate that. Friday.
Hey dudes, hand waving, trying to get retro lizard cool.
Much appreciate, my friend. Northern Nomad, hit me up on Instagram Instagram DM, and I'll try and point you in the right direction. It's still in stock in some places, but but it depends whereabouts you are. I forget where you are, UK or US. Let me know, and we'll try and track you down a retro lizard. But thank you very much, my friend. He says, hey, dudes, trying to get a retro lizard. If anyone knows where there are still retro lizards up for sale or pre-order or something, please quickly drop it in the end of the chat for the replay crew and for Northern Nomad. He'll appreciate it. But I've just ended the poll in the chat as well. I said, did you pre-order the Marvel Legends Retro Ghost Rider? With 60% of the vote, of 193 votes, was a yes. A hell yes. And 39% said no, thank you. But with 196 people, that's a lot of people saying yes. So yeah, great times. UK Pulse have him back in stock, says Rich. So if you're on UK Pulse, and he should be in stock tomorrow as well, to ship tomorrow. So
Alvaro said, "I'm 50. You're a child." Cloud says, "Cries in 40." Kurt K says, "26. Time to buy the ring." And then Batforce Grump said 48.
See, people just trying to make you feel better. See, I'm older than you, much older than you, so enjoy it. I've been there. I've been 26. Been there, done that. I can't remember it. Wow, but you'll have a better 26 than me. I genuinely can't. I'll have to think about what I was doing at 26. I don't know. Probably dreaming of an eye kettle, and now it's here, right here, right now. It's crazy. Time flies.
That's the first thing you're gonna do when you drive away in your new car is go and pick up an eye kettle.
No, I wouldn't be able to afford it. I just spent all my money on a car.
I need to go.
I'll be boiling my water out in a pan, like on a fire I made in my garden after I bought a car. Burning Legends to keep the fire going.
I need to go and watch the replay because I genuinely didn't hear anything that you said about an eye kettle.
Okay, gave you all the details.
I wasn't listening at all.
As always, people, me and Rich
cool.
will be back next week. Okay, me and Rich will be back next week, and next week we will be doing a Ghost Rider retro wave wish list theme. Okay, so if you have any characters you would like to be in that wave and in that list that we always do, then make sure you're following Rich on Instagram at Displayed Once, because he always puts a poll up, a question up with people asking you guys what your suggestions are. So please go and follow Rich at Displayed Once on Instagram. Links are in the description for me, Brandon, and Rich. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel as they always do. Go and subscribe to the Infinity Equation and watch their last episode with Ryan Ting. It is still pinned to the top of the chat, so if you are in the replay crew then you still like some long form content, then go. There's 2+ more hours for you at the Infinity Equation. All right, they're good people. So as always, people, everyone stay safe. Keep looking out for those ghosts. And if you want to be on Legends and Liquor, all right, last thing I promise you before I get out of here, Legends and Liquor this week. If you want to be on it, start hitting me up with those fresh DMs today, and I'll start putting that list together. Sunday, the 28th of August, the last one of August, we'll be talking ghosts, Ghost Rider, Marvel Legends, new pickups, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Start hitting me up with a fresh DM straight after the show. Legends and Liquor. And as always, me and Brandon are out of here. We will see you on the next one. Pow. Ooh, ooh. Brandon, there's a ghost.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
One day we're going to do a ghost hunt and a toy hunt at the same time. We're basically going to turn all the lights off in a toy store and combine 2 reality TV shows, ghost hunting and toy hunting, together. That's a niche of a niche that I don't think anyone's cracked yet. Brandon, are you in? I'll take that
I'll be there
as a yes. If anyone else wants to be,
so long as I can dress up as long as you dress up as Shaggy and I'll dress up as Scooby-Doo.
No, I will dress up as Velma instead.
Oh, that works.